Good evening, everyone, and welcome into your CVC TV Game of the Week here in Beachwood, Ohio, as the Crestwood Red Devils, their first season in the CVC, travel to Beachwood to take on the Bison. Beachwood in their first game of the season this year. Of course, a lot has been different this year due to COVID-19, and Crestwood Red Devils, they come in at 0-2 after losses to Rootstown and Centerburg in the first 2 weeks of the season. I'm your play-by-play man for the night, Kevin Arnold. Alongside me tonight, joining on color commentary, Nick Paulus. Behind the scenes producing tonight, we have Peter Tellup and Jim Wagner. And of course, on our cameras tonight, we have Mike Allen and Will Harris. Paulus, we usually are on microphones in a different way together.
Yes,
Tonight, we get to call high school football, and we know how big high school football is in Northeast Ohio. How are you feeling, and what are you looking for in this matchup here tonight?
Well, tonight is actually my first matchup, or my first time ever being on play-by-play color commentary, so I am very much looking forward to that. We're going to see a great game tonight. I really do think that. I mean, looking out, at the kids, doing the practices here for us, Jalen Minter looks fresh. I mean, he looks really good. I'm very excited to see exactly what they are, Beachwood is able to pull off whenever we get this all going.
Yeah, and you look on the other side for Crestwood, they've had a pretty good program or building of a program the last few years. Of course, this year is going to be different for everybody, only playing the 6 games at most, and then everybody makes the playoffs. As we're just getting ready here, as the PA announcer has a special request, we will listen in here.
The Bison football team would like to dedicate tonight's game to Coach Creel and his family in memory of Marvin Creel. Thank you.
So a wonderful moment there pregame as the entire Beachwood team is going to dedicate this to their head coach and his family on the loss of a loved one. And of course, pregame we also saw two great ceremonies there, actually 3. We saw senior night already going on for Beachwood, and then we had a moment kind of explaining the Build the Bridge program that has been going on that's trying to bridge that gap between teams that are mostly of color, as Coach Creel said, and mostly white. And last week, CVC TV had another one of those games of 2 schools that are connected in that program in Shaker Heights and Kirtland. Tonight we have another matchup with that, and so it goes beyond the field of play, and that's what this is all about. And of course, we also had a moment of silence and remembrance, as it is the anniversary of the tragic events on 9/11 back in 2001. Of course, we all remember where we were at that time, and we want to send our thoughts, our prayers out to all those affected, all those lost on that day. We will never forget, and it was a very touching moment and a few touching ceremonies to start this game, Paulus.
Yeah, no, it has been a fantastic start up here for us. Everything is going according to plan here for us. Unfortunately, this wind is kicking up a little bit. We are outside.
Yes.
So that does make it a little bit more difficult here for us, but they are lining up to kick the ball here for us to get this game all started.
Yep. Jaden Julian, the sophomore kicker, is lined up to take this kick from the 40-yard line. Back deep for Beachwood. Looks like they have Jalen Minter and Kyler Wiggins back deep to receive this kick as they're working on getting the clock set here. They were still ticking down for all the extra time for all of those pregame festivities. As Paulus mentioned, we have a great view outside of the press box tonight.
Fantastic.
Up above this field, which they have done amazing work on this complex for football. As the clock is set, the referee tells them to take 1 minute here just to get everything set, making sure each referee is in place, the chains across the field being set as well. And we're just about ready for kickoff here. But again, we know that this game has meaning that goes beyond the field of play. And at the end of the day, these are human beings. These are student athletes. And that student part comes first. So coaches trying to educate beyond just teaching them the skills of sport. So Julian ready to kick this ball away, hand in the air, thighs are slapped, and the ball is kicked away to, couldn't decide who was going to get that, but Wiggins will come out with that across the 20, gets outside, tries to cut back up inside, and not going to get away, gets out right about the 25-yard line is where the forward progress will be stopped, and that is where Beachwood will take over with their first possession of the game. Paulus, do you think there's going to be any effects of, because with COVID-19, Beachwood getting things going a little bit later, they gave the team a couple weeks to practice. Do you think there's any advantage, disadvantage to that, to having a couple weeks of practice while other teams are in games?
I think that it's actually going to give them a little bit of an advantage, because it's going to have them, they've been knocking heads for the last 2 weeks against each other. They're, looking forward to hitting somebody else now.
And Jalen Minter will hand this first one off to Kendon Wiggins, who gets out across the 35-yard line out to the 36, a gain of 11, and opening play. We get a first down going on, getting that jet sweep around, quick handoff, and
looks like they're doing a hurry-up offense right now, so they are getting ready right up to the line of scrimmage.
And a lot of course, as we'll see, you kind of see that college football element trickling down here to high school, where you got the plays, you got the numbers, the signals on your wrist, on those wristbands, and they'll try to go quick. Sometimes they'll get that play off right away, as right there Minter, the quarterback, looks over at his coach, and he'll hand off to Kendon Wiggins again, and a powerful run, getting out of a tackle up near midfield, just shy of midfield. Ball spotted at their own 48-yard line. A gain of 12 and another first down for Beachwood. 2 plays, 2 first downs.
That's exactly how you want to, as soon as they rolled out the script, that's the exact same sort of thing that they were looking to do. Kendon Wiggins with 2 really strong runs to start off this game.
And just trying to go power up the middle, and you can see that power keep churning the legs, and just guys just falling right off of them, able to get first down yardage each play from scrimmage here. So this time Minter will be in the backfield by himself. He calls Wiggins.
Fumble.
Drops the snap as he comes around, and great play there by the Red Devil defense from Crestwood, as that ball, he was trying to fake the handoff coming across to Derek Minter, and
it looked like a misstep jet sweep that they were trying to pull off, and they just couldn't pull out the ball quick enough.
Yeah, and good hustle to the football there. There was about 4 or 5 Red Devils in on that tackle. So this time Minter will be in the pistol. Kendon Wiggins just off his right hip there, and he'll hand off to Wiggins and get some of that yardage back that they lost on that sack. Gets up to the 45-yard line of Beachwood, just across out to the 46. And that'll bring up a third down and 13 here.
Wiggins just looks like a different animal right now. He is really taking the rock, and he's trying to get upfield. As north and south is what he's doing.
Yes. He's hitting the hole, seeing it, and just going. Not trying to do too many moves. Minter back to pass this time. Going up over
wide
time.
open.
Man.
Wide open.
Complete.
Kyler Wiggins.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Beachwood. Bison opening drive. A 54-yard touchdown strike from Jalen Minter to Kyler Wiggins. And Beachwood gets themselves on the board 6-0 with 9:42 left to go in the opening quarter.
That was a very, very impressive throw into the wind, about, 45 yards down the field. I mean, that is a great throw.
Great placement, and Wiggins had just enough space to kind of wait on that ball. The wind was knocking it down, and as this snap comes down, and they bobble the snap on the extra point, and so that extra point try is no good, so it will remain 6-0 opening possession for Beachwood over the visiting Crestwood Red Devils. And like you were saying, Paulus, that ball, yes, the wind was knocking it down, but they ran that play to perfection, and there was enough space there for Wiggins to just wait on it a half a second and still have plenty of time to outrun the defender and get in the end zone.
It was a perfect 9 route, just straight up the field, run as fast as you can. I'm going to try and find you the ball.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And that is one of those plays that is going to open up so much more for Kendon Wiggins up the middle. If you got that kind of speed on the outside from Kyler, and you got the power inside from Kendon, if you can open up a defense with a pass up over the top like that, you're going to be able to control this clock with that running game that it looks like Beachwood is going to focus on here this season. So now it will be Crestwood's turn to bring their offense out onto the field. As we said, they come into this game 0-2, and offense has gotten off to a couple slow starts in the season here. And of course, for teeing it up for Beachwood will be Liam Torres. Back deep for Crestwood will be Trent Jakacki, and looks like Louis Blaziola will be back deep as well. Jakacki will take this on a bounce at the 20-yard line.
He's got a seam.
He's going to try to get outside. Great coverage by Beachwood special teams as he tried to get around out to the left far side of the field, and only able to gain a couple yards on that kickoff return out to the 22-yard line. And that's where the Red Devils offense will take over. And for a team that has gotten off to some slow starts this year, Paulus, what is going to be the key to try to make sure to stem the tide of momentum that Beachwood just gained on that first possession?
Well, you're going to want to just take it play by play. You don't want to try and rush anything. If your offense has been stagnant over the last 2 games, you just want to make sure that you just get the plays down right. Whatever happens in this first drive, it doesn't determine the outcome of the game. Just make the right calls to start off this game.
And in at quarterback for the Red Devils, Evan Daniels, the junior QB, standing at 6'2", 165. He'll get this pass complete out to Austin Johnson, who gets across the 30 out to the 34-yard line, where he is brought down by Desmond Kirks and Dominic Kirks. So a Kirks connection there on the tackle, but a good play there. And both teams, first play of the game, different ways, first down.
Absolutely, and Austin Johnson actually had a great little cut to get him a couple of extra yards to get that first down.
So back in the shotgun formation for Daniels. Looks like that's Blaziola on his left hip. As coming across is Trent Jakacki on that jet sweep.
What a hit!
Great hit, great open field tackle.
Derek Minter.
Yep, Derek Minter brought him down on the outside there and brings him down for a 1-yard loss. So bringing up a 2nd down and 11, 8:45 to go, opening quarter. Beachwood leading 6-0. And Red Devils look like they'll switch into this pistol formation. 2 wide receivers will be to the far side left, one out here to the near side. Blaziola will get the handoff across the 35, chugging his way out close to the 40-yard line, stopped just shy, and he'll be marked at the Red Devil 38-yard line.
Jazeer Holmes made that tackle there, and it was just a phenomenal tackle to get out from that defensive end spot to get upfield and make that sure-handed tackle there.
So they'll stay in that pistol formation that gave them so much success. 3rd down and 4 for the Red Devils, as he'll be back. Daniels back to pass in a great great throw there, and out over midfield, down inside the 40-yard line of Beachwood. So they'll get into Bison territory for the first time today. Mason Daniels, the Daniels connection, and it seems like, don't want to make any assumptions, but it looks like a lot of family connections as big gust of wind comes in there, but it looks like a lot of family connections on both sides for the Red Devils and the Bison.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daniels had a great seam route right up the middle, gained about 20 yards.
Thrown just behind him, but able to get on that and get up there. Now Blaziola will take this handoff. A good chunky yardage there on 1st down. Gets across the 35, down close to the 30, as he stopped at the 31-yard line of the Bison. Bring up a 2nd down and 3 as the clock continues to tick here. Close to the 7-minute mark.
Great 7-yard average, as he's chugging along right there for us.
And you look at that offensive line there. You got some guys up there. You look at size averaging about 6'2", 200 pounds up there on that offensive line.
I mean, you look at someone like senior Hunter Tice, who's 6'3", 280 pounds.
As their center. Now that jet sweep just has not worked, trying to get Trent Jakacki coming around from the right to the left-hand side, and he'll get stopped for another loss back to the 34-yard line, a loss of 3, so it'll be a 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Red Devils.
You got to think right now he's looking at Daniels, Mason Daniels, number 21, seam route last go around. You're thinking if you're 3rd and 6, quarterback's going to want to go to someone reliable and someone that he's well known.
And he's Daniels, Evan Daniels, the quarterback, definitely has an arm as he's looking that way, and a able to connect there. Looked like he was going out to Mason Daniels again, but a little seam route that's kind of got lost there from the Bison backfield. Trying to take a look there. Who was able to...
He split the secondary. That was Aiden Gutglick.
Aiden Gutglick able to make that grab and gets a 1st down and goal at the 8-yard line of the Bison for the Red Devils. So it's the running offense of the Bison that kind of set them up for that deep 54-yard touchdown pass, and it's kind of been the pass to set up the run instead. Kind of the reverse here for the Red Devils. As Evan Daniels will take the handoff, give it to Blaziola, gets across the 5, down close to the goal line, gets stopped just shy as he kept churning those legs there, trying to get it across the goal line, gets stopped at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal coming up, 5:30 to go in the opening quarter.
And right now Crestwood is taking their time. They're looking over at the sidelines. They're getting the right plays, just like how to start off this drive. They're looking to run to set up that pass. Right now, 2nd down and 2 yards to go till the goal.
And you can already see this chess match between the two teams. One team that does like to go quick. Yes, they do look over at their coach with the Bison, but the Red Devils, they are really getting those signals, making sure everyone's on the same page before they take that snap. This time, Daniels from under center will give it to Blaziola, and coming through for the Bison, a great play there from Marcus Moore Jr., the sophomore defensive tackle, able to get through the center gap there and blow up that play from Daniels to Blaziola.
Those are the type of hits that you absolutely love and dream about all the time. Running right through the A-gap, barely getting touched, and knocking him out cold.
And a loss of 4 on that play, back to the 6-yard line. So bring up a 3rd down and goal here for the Red Devils as Daniels will roll out to his right, looking to throw it, and just throws it in the direction of Chakaki, but not able to connect there as he was being chased from behind and had to get rid of that ball quick. Just so no one had a chance to get that football.
Looks like they're going to be going for it on 4th down. This close to the goal line, you definitely want to try and get those points.
Yeah, and early in this game, kind of interesting, kind of wonder if there is a wind element to it. It seems like the wind would be more in the Red Devils' favor, kind of the way it's blowing, but kind of the section of the press box that we are standing on top of here tonight, it's kind of swirling a little bit, so tough to tell exactly as we look at the flags. It's kind of pushing across the field more so than all the way north and south in the field. As Daniels will throw this ball, and they were looking for contact there. He was looking for Austin Johnson and not able to convert. Great coverage there by Desmond Kirks on the outside. So 4:21 to go in the first quarter, and the Bison's offense that just scored that opening touchdown will take over on downs deep in their own territory.
Evan Daniels just overthrew that just a hair, in order for them not to be able to get any sort of penalty flag or anything like that. Unfortunately, just went out of the end zone, and you live to fight another day, next time around.
And Jalen Minter will bring this Bison's offense back out. Expect deep in their own territory. Most likely a lot of Kendon Wiggins, although I don't see him in on this play. Jalen Minter will be in the backfield alone by himself in the shotgun. Coming across there, and Jalen Minter will call his own number there. Gets a couple yards and gets across to the 7-yard line. Looks like a gain of 1 on the play, so 2nd down and 9 for the Bison.
Yeah, Jalen Minter is just looking to get out of his own end zone right about now. It's they are on the 7-yard line. And just trying to get pushed out.
So he'll take this snap and hand it off to Kendon Wiggins again, and a great job by that defensive front from the Red Devils. Didn't gain a yard, may have lost a yard back to the original line of scrimmage. Kind of at that 6.5-yard line, so about a half a yard loss by the Red Devils defense there. Kendon Wiggins not able to get through as we saw in that opening possession. So it's 3rd and 10 at the 6-yard line, and gonna want to get a little bit more space here because the Red Devils could be set up with some good field position if not able to convert. So they'll hand it off again, and a great tackle there by Darian Poling to get Kendon Wiggins down in the backfield, drops him at the 1 yard line, just a hair outside of the end zone to prevent the safety. 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter, but a great stand there on this second possession by the Red Devils and their defense.
And at this point in time, Crestwood is so close to the end zone that there could definitely be a punt block opportunity.
So a timeout here for the, not sure which side took that. I believe that was Beachwood. Yes, Beachwood did take that timeout, which is a perfect time to remind you and thank our presenting sponsor of CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you for all your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference, these student athletes, and of course CVC TV, and of course to the commissioner of the CVC, one of the doctors there, Don Lewis. So this snap for the punt, Jalen Minter will be doing the punting duties as well, calling for a fair catch at the Bison 30-yard line is Trent Jakacki. So great field position. They weren't able to convert there on 4th and goal, but they get set up on this next possession as Evan Daniels will lead them out from the Bison 30-yard line.
And right now you got to think that Evan Daniels is looking to get that touchdown, hopefully maybe even going to Mason Daniels, number 21, who he had a couple of connections with the last drive.
And Mason Daniels will be inside there on the far side, one of the 2 wide receivers out to the right. We got 2 out here near side to the right. Of course, Blaziola in the backfield trying to get outside, being chased, able to get down across the 25, gets pushed out of bounds and run out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 26-yard line, we have one official marking at the 26, one at the 25. They're going to go with the 26-yard line, a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
Great little run right out to the outside, tried to get as much as possible and just got pushed out of bounds.
It looked like Derek Minter making that play on the outside, trying to cut off that angle as Blaziola was trying to turn it left and get up the seam into the end zone, but great job to push him out of bounds for a short gain there. As Daniels will take this throw, and in connection with Jakacki, he gets across the 15.
What a cut!
And just getting out of a tackle, but not able to stay on his feet, but he gets across the 15, gets a 1st down, gets knocked out of bounds at the Bison 12-yard line, and gain there of 14 yards. 1st down for the Red Devils, and knocking at the door once again. 1:55 to go here in the opening quarter.
Trent Jakacki just with a great play, cutting straight up through the middle, cutting around everybody, and it is now 1st and 10, just with 12 to go.
As Daniels will take this snap, as Blaziola will come around, trying to make a cut, blast through a defender for a few yards there. Gain of 5 down to, looks like they give him 4 yards there to the 8-yard line. As we look across, one side judge versus the other. One is kind of given the further spot, one kind of given the shorter one. Seems to be the lesser of the two. They do give him a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 here, late in the 1st quarter.
Blaziola just going straight through Andrew Baker on that play, but I'm sure Andrew Baker is going to be coming right back here.
Oh yeah, dropped that shoulder pad down and kept his feet churning, getting a couple extra yards there. So Daniels will take this snap, looking for Jakacki in the end zone, got a connection, and this time the Red Devils find the end zone, they find pay dirt, and they tie the score momentarily. 53 seconds to go at 6. Evan Daniels to Trent Jakacki for the 8-yard touchdown pass and catch. And that connection between between Daniels and Jakacki has been working all game long, right up the seam. It's been those seam routes, Paulus.
It absolutely has been those seam routes, and it was a phenomenal curl route right in the middle of the end zone. Great play, or great throw by Evan Daniels, great catch by Jakacki.
And Jaden Julian connects on their extra point. So just like that, after 2 possessions, Red Devils take a 7-6 lead. As we said, 53 seconds left in the opening quarter. And as both teams get their special teams back out on the field, of course, we also want to thank one of our newer sponsors to CBC TV, Vape Educate. Of course, Vape Educate is an online course that is designed to be completed by middle and high school students. However, it most certainly can be helpful and beneficial to anyone interested in learning about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Schools are using the Vape Educate program as an educational tool for teachers, parents, and other community members. Visit their website at vapeeducate.com to learn more. That's vapeeducate.com for more details. So, Paulus, as we stand here, ticking down closely on the end of the first quarter, Bison able to kind of have their way on their opening possession, get a nice stop at the goal line, and then kind of set their offense up. Not able to gain any yards, lost yardage all the way back to the goal line. Red Devils capitalize on that second possession. Julian will kick this one off, gets through the hands
of Kyler Wiggins.
And Wiggins will have to pick it up at his 5 and gets dropped all the way back. Forward progress will probably give him the 7-yard line, but a great pursuit to the ball. Trent Chikaki in on that play. And Darian Poling, who made that big play on third down and 10 for the Bison to drop them all the way back close to their goal line. So another possession, 46 seconds to go in the quarter when they'll start. Back deep, close to their own end zone.
Yeah, Kyler Wiggins just really couldn't do much with that ball. That ball just took a weird bounce right on him. As soon as he picked it up, people were already on top of him.
And as you see, most of these high schools go into that artificial, natural-looking field turf these days.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, but even when there's no weather out here, that's when it can be its most tricky with the bounces and the skips off that turf.
Wide open.
Jalen Minter will get it out to Kyler Wiggins, who makes a move, gets across the 20, out across the 20-yard line, out to the 24-yard line where he is pushed out of bounds. And that will be plenty for a first down and 10 for the Bison. So this time they're able to get a little bit more breathing room from their own goal line.
Kyler Wiggins making up for that, for the play before, doing a great job, getting out about 20 yards.
And probably looked at his coach and his quarterback like, give me the ball.
Yep. Let me go. I got this.
20 seconds to go. Minter will take this hand it off to Derek Minter, who gets a nice run out across the 30, out across the 35, and another first down for the Bison. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line, their own 37-yard line. Clock stops momentarily at 11 seconds as they set the chains.
Phenomenal, right off the right side of the line, just ran straight through, about 12 yards for Derek Minter.
And they'll just let this clock tick down to 0 to end the first quarter. So as we sit in this game, Beachwood's first game of the year, Crestwood's third, Crestwood Red Devils leading the host Beachwood Bison 7-6 as we have the quarter break here, and PA announcer has some announcements there.
50 years ago, on September 8, 1972,
we'll listen into this announcement.
Aaron Finkel and Robert Jacobs were tragically killed walking off the football field during a storm when lightning struck them. It was the first day of their freshman year here at Beachwood High School. Arnie and Robert will always have a place in the hearts of the Beachwood community. Will always remember them. A memorial for these two young men is located on the home side of the football field near the south stairs. Please take time to visit the memorial plaque this evening to pay your respects. At this time, please observe a moment of silence in memory of these two young men who lost their lives 50 years ago. Thank you very much.
As another moment of remembrance for Beachwood athletes who did lose their lives doing what they love here. Memorial is set for them here in this new revamped stadium. In my time here working and even being a student athlete in the CVC, playing against Beachwood, they have definitely put a lot of great work into this stadium, and of course there is that memorial there. So a few big moments, and we can kind of see why football is not the only thing going on here. As the handoff, they just get right back to what they started with in that first quarter. Minter hands off to Wiggins. Kendon Wiggins gets around the right side of the formation, gets out across the 45, out to the 47, and sets up another first down for Beachwood.
If I'm head coach Creel, I'm giving Wiggins the ball every single time. I mean, I will run him like if he was Nick Chubb. I would just go straight out there. Guys picking up 12 yards every carry.
And definitely able to just churn out the yardage there and continue to churn out those first downs. And this time Minter will bring another wide receiver across the formation. And great tackle there. It looks like the running back that's been doing been laying out some hits as a running back gets to lay out a hit as a defensive player there. Blaziola will get that tackle, able to bring down
Desmond Horn.
Desmond Horn Jr., one of their other running backs here, getting his first carry of the game. Gets dropped for a 2-yard loss back to the 44-yard line. Looks like a 3-yard loss there, so second down and 13. Minter looking to get away, but he will not. Flag comes out, gets sacked back at the 36-yard line, their own 36-yard line.
Looks like holding on Beachwood.
And they will, of course, the Red Devils will decline that with that defensive stand there. And another loss on the play, back to the 36. And this is going to bring up a third down and long, 10:44 to go. Third down and 21 for the Bison in this second quarter.
Yeah, as of right now, I mean, you're just looking for any sort of play to just get positive yards and then get off, get out of this drive alive.
Minter will have, he'll drop back to pass up over the top. He's got a man open, a diving grab attempt in and out of the hands of Kyler Wiggins, the speedster who caught that 54-yard touchdown pass on the opening possession, just out of his reach. A great diving attempt, not able to come up with that, and it'll bring up a fourth down once again for Beachwood.
Kyler Wiggins did just about everything possible to do that. Superman catch, everything for him. Jalen Minter just a little overthrown, but still a phenomenal play, and it is now fourth and long. Looks like Jalen is going to be punting here in a second.
As Minter gets the snap, it's a punt off, a high booming punt.
Great punt.
Driving the Jakaki back. He was standing at about his own 30-yard line with the fair catch signal, drives him back to the 27-yard line. And so this time the Red Devils will have to go much longer this time to score on back-to-back possessions. But we've seen Evan Daniels, the quarterback, under control as a junior, under control, even when one play might not go right, gets them right back in the right formation, makes the right read, and has this offense running at a good clip to start this game.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything keeps him down. He's doing a great job as a sweep motion happens right now.
And looking to go up over the top, trying to find Jakaki, and juggling attempt. Had a few chances at that. Kind of went off of his shoulder pad to his hands, to his thigh, to his hands, to his knee, to his hand. So a little bit of
everything.
A little bit of football and a little bit of football out there being played by Jakaki, just not able to come up with that grab. A great throw and a great adjustment to that ball as well. Kind of almost like a fade route in the middle of the field there for Jakaki.
Fade route right into the wind, so that's a very tough throw to make, and they almost came up with it.
And for an offense that's been throwing the ball around, kind of used that wind at their backs slightly in the first quarter. Now it's going to be right in front of them. Kind of be interesting to see if Blaziola is going to get more handoffs like this, and he gets around the outside, and there's going to be flags coming out there.
Bring it back.
Looks like Jakaki on the outside, holding, not able to set the edge, getting those hands inside, got him outside on the shoulder pads, and a great run by Blaziola. Looks like it will be coming back.
That's unfortunate because that was a phenomenal run there for Blasiola. It's just unfortunate they just couldn't get around the offensive lineman. I'm not exactly sure which offensive lineman it was. Either way, it's a team sport. Weakest link always goes out.
From the coaching mindset, like I bring to this platform, we always say we win as a team, we lose as a team. If we make a mistake, we make a mistake. If we make a good play, we made a good play. So it's always, especially at the high school level or the student athletic amateur level, it's always about
only as strong as your weakest link.
Yes. Couldn't say it better myself. 10:03 to go in the opening half. They will be driven back to their 18-yard line, 2nd down and 19, as the referees give the signal to run the clock. And Daniel's looking to go up over the top for Jakaki again, just out of his reach. And
once again, going right into the wind. It's a tough throw to make, and they're trying to pull these 9 routes out right now, and it's just not working.
So in 2 plays there where Jakaki had to, on one, come back for the ball as it kind of hung up in the air. This time, Daniels tries to put more on it to cut it through the wind and goes up over, not able to have Jakaki run underneath even with all his speed.
And Evan Daniels is going to learn that. He's a junior, so he is going to definitely learn that. And then, I mean, I can only imagine what he's going to look like next year. He's throwing great today, but next year he's definitely going to be a difference maker for sure.
And when it is a windy night, especially as the fall chill kind of starts to hit Northeast Ohio, this stadium is kind of set down. As the school's up on top of a hill, the stadium is kind of down, so that wind really swirls. This time he's able to connect with Jakaki. Gets out of a tackle across the 30, across the 35, just shy of a first down. The 3rd down and 19 play.
And he got 18.
Got 18 back, and it'll bring up a 4th and 1, a 4th and short in their own territory at their own 36.
And it looks like they're actually going to be going for it. Evan Daniels is looking over at his coaches right now, trying to figure out exactly what they're planning on doing.
And clock ticks down. Coach looking from quarterback back to clock.
Trent Jakaki just came in. He's playing in the slot right now.
And it looks like they may be kind of letting this play clock go down, take that time out, and talk
Smart
about
move.
this one. Wonder if they'll bring that punting unit out on this play. But a smart move there to kind of talk about this one. Blasiola has been laying the smackdown out there from the running back spot and out on defense that we saw in the last play too, as he is a linebacker for him. But we are in this game. We have running backs on both sides that have the power in the legs to go up the middle to play that power game.
Yes.
And once they get outside, you see that speed.
Once again, we've been talking about Kendon Wiggins, for Beachwood, but Blasiola, I mean, has looked phenomenal as well right now. Just give him the ball right here on 4th down. I think you're going to get it then.
And while we do have a moment, want to remind all of you out there, we've kind of already talked about a couple of our sponsors out here tonight. If you want to become a sponsor of CVC TV, head over to the Chagrin Valley Conference website at www.chagrinvalleyconference.com. That's www.chagrinvalleyconference.com for more details on how you can get involved. And Daniels this time, he will come out in the power I formation, give it a swing out to Blasiola, and gets cut down in the backfield. And
it's a phenomenal tackle by Robert Friedman.
Robert Friedman able to bring down Blasiola. We've kind of seen that speed kind of going around the outside. You had a 4th and short there, and you had that power I formation. Did the toss sweep out to the left, and not able to find that connection, gets trapped in the backfield. So 2nd turnover on downs for Crestwood, and Bisons will take over in great field position. Jalen Minter will bring them out at the Red Devils 38-yard line. Minter looking out here in the right flat, and has a connection with Ben Desatnik, the senior wide receiver, and a flag comes in late as he got brought down at the 26-yard line.
I believe that's going to be a horse collar tackle. And if that's so, then you're tacking on another 15 yards.
Yeah, it was a gain of 7. It was going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 as referees are...
Face mask
penalty. So a tack on 15 yards onto the end of that run. So 7-yard gain, plus the 15, and they will be in the red zone looking to take advantage of this this play. And it looks like they went more with the 15 from the original spot instead of where that play ended.
Yeah, looks like Jalen is looking at his offensive lineman right now, moving sweep motion to Wiggins.
Kendon Wiggins coming across, and Blaziola able to get the tackle. Kind of had his hands in the back of the shoulder pads.
Very
there.
close.
We kind of just talked about thinking that was a horse collar tackle on the last play. Blaziola got his hand in the back of those shoulder pads, but nothing called. So that will go down as a loss of 3. Second down and 13. 8:10 to go in this second quarter.
I think if the ref had a better angle on that one, they would have seen that it probably would have been a horse collar tackle. Probably should get a couple extra penalty yards.
So Crestwood still leading 7-6, but Bison's on the move here on this possession as Jalen Minter trying to look out to the left and then try to tuck it down and run. And a great job to keep him inside the pocket and swarming to the football. Looked like coming out of that play there, we had Ethan Strahan and Darian Poling, who's made some big plays. Hunter Yoder was in on that play.
Looked like everyone on that defense, yeah.
Yes. Every Red Devil along that front line, plus a couple linebackers.
But Strahan got there first, and he made the great tackle.
What do they always say? They brought the kitchen sink, right?
Right, yeah, that's absolutely right.
Everything but the kitchen
Blitz
sink.
9, so.
Everything but the kitchen sink on that play. As the referees are spotting this ball more in the middle of the field. And for those just tuning in to CVC TV football this year, third game of the year for us, if you notice the referees not spotting the football, they are throwing an orange beanbag down where the center is supposed to bring the ball from the sideline or out from the huddle and spot the football and put it down where they put that orange beanbag due to COVID-19 protocols. Everyone wants a season. Beachwood just getting their season started and trying to keep the season going as we got some movement. False start here by the Beachwood offense. They were at 3rd down and 19. It'll be a 3rd down and 24 from the Red Devils' 35-yard line.
And this is obviously going to be a little bit farther away than what Liam Torres, their kicker, pretty much, special team player of the year there for him, because he can play just about everything. Kicker, wide receiver, defensive back, he's all over the field. I saw him make earlier a 35-yarder during pregame, but I don't know if he's going to be able to put it up from about 42.
Well, we had a 42-yarder made last week in our game with Independence and Cardinal by Casey McGee, one of the soccer players from
right up the middle.
As well, Jalen Minter able to get away from a couple defenders there as Crestwood was trying to keep everything in front of them. Minter had a lane if he could get to the left side, but just able to get that shoestring tackle, bring him down at the 26-yard line, and it'll bring up a 4th down as the Beachwood will take a timeout to make a decision here. 6:08 to go, second quarter. Crestwood leading 7-6.
Minter looks like Kyler Murray. I mean, he really does. Whenever you see him out in the back, whenever he drops back, he's looking all over the field. He's looking, and then he runs. At the very last second, if he has to run, he will run, and he can get you those yards. He is that quick.
Because he's looking downfield the whole time.
Absolutely. Quarterback first.
Yes, and he can make that throw from the pocket. We've already seen that in this game.
Both of these quarterbacks.
A lot of great defense has been played to keep it at 7-6 in a low-scoring game, which we thought was going to start to, as soon as we saw the opening possession
first
for
couple
Beachwood
of series.
And first couple of series for Crestwood, we thought maybe this would be an offensive game, but defenses have held tight here in the second quarter as Crestwood comes out from their sideline, Beachwood coming off of their sideline as well. So
looks like the offense is out on the field right now.
And of course, Jalen Minter, who does the punting duties for Beachwood as well, he will remain in his typical role here as quarterback. 4th down and 15 from the Red Devils 26. Looking out here, trying to
unbelievable.
Fake and trying to pump and get the linebacker to look inside, but coming through for the Red Devils was Ethan Strahan on the sack.
2 sacks in that drive.
2 sacks, and Minter never saw him coming just from his blind side there. and all the way back to the 35-yard line. So back-to-back possessions for both teams. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal play by Ethan Strahan. Once again, two sacks on that drive alone, and now the offense is out there, and Evan Daniels is going to try and get something going with it.
And Kyler Wiggins comes out late in that defensive backfield. Daniels
intercepted.
Will be intercepted by Wiggins, who's coming across the 40, down inside the 35, and be brought down at the 31-yard line. Looked like the Bison's defense was getting players out late, and the guy that got out there late, Wiggins, got in the right position, and Daniels having trouble in this second quarter judging that wind to get those seam routes going. Wiggins with the waiting arms, able to get that right around midfield, bring it 20 yards down to the 30, and they are set up here. 1st and 10, 5:52 to go. Bison's offense comes right back out on the field. Yeah, phenomenal play by Kyler Wiggins, the 9th grader, freshman out there. He probably would have started for my senior team. So, but great interception, great run back. They are on the 32-yard line trying to get that extra score. And we want to thank everybody watching live at home. Like we said, we are outside, so any wind that may be coming through, we're just enjoying great football out here as Minter will take this handoff, call his own number, break a couple tackles, get across the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Pick up about 5 or 6 on that play. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Bison. And like we were saying, if you are catching that wind, just bear with us. We have a great position. Just know that we have a great position. You guys, as you guys can see on the feed, by our great cameramen here tonight, Mike Allen and Will Harris. It is a great outlook, a great view here at Beachwood Stadium. So Minter in the backfield by himself in the shotgun. He'll throw it out to Wiggins and tries to just lunge across the 25-yard line. Marked down at the 24, a short gain there. And so we'll bring up a 3rd down and short, just ticked under 5 minutes here in the second quarter. If he could have just gotten away from that one defender, I think he probably would have had the touchdown. Just a shoelace tackle right there. But great overall move for Kyler Wiggins, and let's see if they go back to him. As Minter will fake the handoff, make a good cut there, and make the defenders miss. Red Devils trying to rally to the football, but a great run down close to the 10-yard line, just outside. He'll be marked forward progress at the 11. 1st down and 10 for the Bison, and they are set up here just outside of goal-to-go situation. Of course, on this play here, or this set of downs, they can gain a 1st down before a touchdown, but they're going to be looking for the end zone, for pay dirt here on this possession. And Minter will call his own number again, makes a cut out to the left across the 5, inside the pylon and in to the end zone, but a flag comes out late on the edge as a couple wide receivers were blocking out there to set the edge. We'll see if that's aided in his attempt to get in there or if there was any other infraction that will back up the Bison as they are starting to walk back here. So wipe the touchdown, never even got put up on the board, but wipe the touchdown that you just saw off the board, and looks like holding on the outside. So Bison will be backed up. And even without that play, though, Minter had a great look, just with that QB draw right to the left side, almost making it to the end zone. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of, penalties out there for him. And it looks like that holding took place right around that 1-yard line where they can gain a 1st down, because they went 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and they're right back to the original line of scrimmage. So basically 1st and 10. No, I guess no harm, no foul. Just hit replay, and Minter tries to replay, trying to come out to the right, and better job there getting through by the Red Devils defensive front, and loss of 2 on the play. I think Beachwood is finding out that their best option right now is by just Minter running the ball, trying to find cracks and creases right now. So 2nd down and 12, 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. Crestwood still leading 7-6. Bison on the drive. Minter coming out, rolling out to his right, looking in the back of the end zone, and just out of the reach of Kyler Wiggins, and not able to connect. He had Wiggins open, making that cut across to the far pylon, just not able to connect as Minter was rolling out, and ball just kept tailing away from Wiggins.
It was a great route by Wiggins. I mean, great post route right there for him. He almost had it, just a little bit taller, and I think he would have probably had it.
So 3rd down and 12 now. Clock stopped at 3:21. Minter with Kendon Wiggins right behind him in the pistol formation. Gets last instructions from Coach Creel on the sideline.
And it looks like Crestwood is coming with a blitz. They keep faking that blitz right up the middle.
As they'll move Wiggins to the
there
left
it is.
hip.
Yep.
And miscommunication there on the play being run. He was trying to get it out to Kyler Wiggins. Kyler Wiggins was blocking as if there was going to be a run coming out to the left-hand side there. So that ball falls to the turf, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, miscommunication. You're going to find that. You're going to have that happen, especially the first game of the year here for the kids. But I really think that this timeout is a well use of it, because you can go out there if you want to go for it. Great. I mean, you're that close. We've seen these. We've seen great long plays so far by both teams. You know that they have the capability of doing it, but you also have a very capable kicker. Once again, I've saw him making 35-yarders in practice.
So we'll see what the decision is out of this timeout for Beachwood. Their final timeout of the half, 3:18 to go here in the 2nd quarter. And again, we want to thank our title sponsor, CVC TV this year, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. So out of the timeout come the Bison. They will keep their offense out on the field. 4th down and 12. Minter in the shotgun by himself. He's going to roll back out here to the right, being chased from behind and gets sacked once again. And that defensive front coming through and able to come up with a big play. So back and forth we go. Turnover on downs. We've had back and forth turnover on downs. An interception by Crestwood to Kyler Wiggins, and now another turnover on downs for the Bison. And defense coming up and being the story here in this 2nd quarter.
Crestwood's defense looked great on that series, keeping them out of the end zone there for him. Jalen Minter, though, unfortunately just wasn't able to find that crease.
As the handoff will go to Blaziola, and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, just getting back there, bringing up a 2nd down and 10 as he came across, and a couple of Bison defenders were able to get through. He was able to skirt away, but just diving across and gives himself up just right back at the line of scrimmage at their own 13-yard line.
If you're Beachwood right now, all you want to do is just get out of this, without giving up any more points for this half. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We've seen big plays already from both teams. Once again, you definitely just want to try and get out of this half down 1 point.
Daniels will take this snap. He'll give it off to Blaziola. It makes a cut, gets across the 20-yard line, out close, just past the 1st down marker, gain of 11, and that will stop the clock momentarily at 2:24 to go in the opening half. Crestwood now picking up the tempo on offense.
Some confusion from Beachwood.
And he'll try to go up over the top to Jakaki again, and they just have not been able to connect, as it's been a difficult time here deep in their own territory trying to throw through this wind. That Daniels to Jakaki connection just has not been there, as we saw in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, Jakaki tried to go up to grab that right up through the middle. All he would have had to have done was beat the safety, and then it would have been 6.
Too many men on the
field. That was the confusion. That was the confusion from Beachwood there. So, it's an unfortunate play there for Beachwood's defense, but, they are going to be looking to come back, get all 11 out there right now and go from there.
So 1st down and 5 for the Red Devils, and we saw in the last defensive possession for the Bison, they're running a guy on. They ended up getting an interception out of it. This time, too many men on the field. As the handoff goes to Blaziola, gets around the right side, goes on the sideline.
There he goes.
And the beat gets pushed out of bounds across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. A great run by Blaziola, and making the stop, able to push him out of bounds was Ben Desatnik. Otherwise, Blaziola was off to the races.
Yeah, he definitely would have had that 6 right there. Once again, this is Beachwood just needs to focus and listen up right now and just try and hold them down without getting up any more points.
And it looks like when he did get pushed out of bounds, stepped out just inside, just before the 45-yard line at the Bison 46, 1st down and 10, and a bad snap, and he's got to jump on it.
There he goes!
And he gets picked up, running across the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, picking up the loose ball, Dominic Kirks, touchdown defensively for the Bison, and they go up 12-7 with 1:57 to go in the 2nd quarter.
And I think that was them coming back at me saying, don't worry, we'll get 6. And then there we go. So Beachwood's defense, that was a great play. Unfortunate fumble there for Evan Daniels on the offense for Crestwood, but what a phenomenal return, recovery, and scoop and score there for Beachwood.
So 6 goes for 6 for Beachwood on that play, and it did look like on that snap, just an errant snap, and as Evan Daniels, the quarterback, tried to jump on that, as his hand went to try to reel that ball in, kind of was able to, it kind of helped skirt that ball across the turf.
Smacked it almost, it looked like, yeah.
And bounced it off the turf, and Dominic Kirks, another freshman, making a play for the Bison here in this game. We've had Kyler Wiggins as a freshman making a play, as Beachwood's going to go for 2 here. Minter takes the snap, trying to get around the right side, and he just jumps through a couple defenders, barely touched, if any, and the 2-point conversion is good, and they will take a touchdown advantage, 14-7. And as we said, 1:57 to go. So Beachwood back in front by 1 full possession, and trying to go into halftime with the momentum in this close CVC matchup.
Phenomenal run by Jalen Minter, just cutting straight through the crease there, for that 2-point conversion. Just a phenomenal play.
When you're running track, they tell you to kind of dive across the line. I did try a jump like that to try to just kind of give a little bit of more pizzazz to it. That doesn't go over well on track. In football, that is a great play and a well done, well executed 2-point conversion by the Bison.
For our viewers out there, they don't know this, but I'm well over a limit, and I don't think that they've ever seen me, nor will they ever see me on a track. So I'll take your word for it. How about that?
Well, we'll just all take my word for it, because who knows? Maybe I'm just saying things just to say things through a mic. Who knows? They put a mic in front of me, and my mouth starts to go.
You're gonna talk.
My mom always asks me, "Why do you talk so much?" And kicking off here for the Bison, Torres will get it out to Blaziola. Blaziola across the 20, across the 30, trying to get away and dragging defenders across the 35
Great return.
Giving the Red Devils a good start to this possession late in the first half, and brought down to the 39-yard line, and that's where Crestwood and Evan Daniels will look to take over after that turnover. If words are hard, but oh so fun.
Blaziola hit the turbo button, just went straight up through the middle.
It's always better to go north and south than east and west. If you see a hole, hit it and go. Blaziola this time sees another hole out across the 45-yard line, out to the 46, a gain of 6. And breaking tackles, and he's, again, as we said, 2 running backs on either side that have a lot of power and a lot of speed. And that is a great combination for any running back.
Hurry up offense.
And getting out of bounds there. Good pass there to Austin Johnson from Evan Daniels. just gets the first down and gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They still do have 2 timeouts here in the first half to use. And just like in college football, here in high school, when you do get a first down in the field of play, the clock will stop momentarily to move the chains. That time, Johnson does a great job of getting out of bounds. So even after the chain set, you can kind of settle down your offense for a moment right at midfield and get this play off.
High snap.
Another high snap.
Beachwood has it.
Beachwood jumps on it again. A high snap. It just looks like as soon as it gets to Daniel's hands, there's almost like a gust of wind that drives it up over his head, and as soon as he bounces on it, it continues to bounce away.
I believe that was Robert Friedman. So, I mean, phenomenal play, and it looks like Beachwood is all set up to try and get another score before half.
And looks like we have number 79, who's we don't have on our rosters for Beachwood as well, getting in on that play.
DeAndre Marks. DeAndre Marks. Yep.
Okay. As the rosters continue to blow in and out of the hands of Paulus and I, we're trying not to fumble on the play as we call the play-by-play here. Jalen Minter will take this snap, looking downfield, and well done there by Crestwood to wrap him up. Another sack on the game. That's 3 or 4 sacks we've seen
that's for
already.
Ethan Strahan. I believe it's his 3rd sack of the game.
And that,
I can only imagine having 3 sacks in a game.
and this ball will be snapped, a 2nd down and 14. And Beachwood now in no hurry, leading 14-7, 45 seconds and ticking here in the 2nd quarter. Minter once again in that shotgun formation. Ball at the 35-yard line, rolling out here to his right, going up over the top to Wiggins.
Wide open.
A great grab there by Kyler Wiggins, going out of bounds inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So it'll set up a 1st and goal, 33 seconds to go. No timeouts for Beachwood, but getting out of bounds there was the key for Wiggins, making that grab, securing it, getting out of bounds to give him a 1st and goal.
Minter and Wiggins, we've been talking about it all half so far. They look phenomenal out there. Look for Minter to go right up the middle. That's going to be my call right there.
And as Wiggins is out in the flat there on the left-hand side, he's looking for him again, and just over his head. And great play there by the cornerback for the Red Devils, Mason Daniels, getting on that play, and that ball just continued to sail out of Minter's hands.
Yeah, once again, the wind's picking up a little bit right now. Obviously, you all can hear that through our microphones here for us, but it looks like that, they want to go spread formation. They want to try and spread out this defense to try and find those creases. And that way it gives Minter an option to either run it or try and throw like a little seam route.
And Minter looking over at his coach for instruction. 2nd down and goal, 29 seconds to go. Again, they'll stay in that shotgun formation. Now he'll bring a running back to his right hip. Minter's going to take this snap, gets down inside the 5.
Got to hurry up.
Dives across the 5. Clock continuing to tick, 20 seconds to go.
This is at that point in time where you had 2 plays already pulled up. You already know exactly what play this is going to be. That's why they're not even huddling up.
And referees stopped the play there as the ball was spotted in the wrong place there. The beanbag dropped in the wrong place there. Clock rolls again, and
smart.
And Minter will just spike the football.
Very smart play. 4th down, so you still have that last play before half, and gives you a little bit of time to think about what you want to do for this.
And plenty of options open in that playbook there from Coach Creel, feeding into his quarterback there, Jalen Minter, as they are at the 5-yard line with a 4th down, 8.7 seconds to go, leading 14-7, trying to add points before halftime.
Kendon Wiggins is in the backfield there for us. We've seen him, gash this defense so far tonight. So let's see if they have the stones to give it to him on the goal line, or basically on the 7-yard line.
And we've also seen both defenses with some big stands on 4th down.
Absolutely.
4th down plays. So Red Devils looking to make that stand. Bison trying to get on the board. And they'll send Kendon Wiggins over to the left side of the offensive line there. And Minter looking out to his left-hand side. He gets away. He's got a
What a
seam
cut.
up the middle.
Oh, no!
Ball is loose and fumbles the football at the 1-yard line. Minter had an open lane into the end zone as the clock ticks to 0 and head to halftime. Minter fumbles the football. Red Devils able to jump on it, so no harm done there on that possession. Red Devils still trailing 14-7 on the road to the host Beachwood Bison in this first game for them on the season. That is halftime, though, in the abbreviated halftime in COVID-19 protocol of 10 minutes and 3 minutes to warm up. Paulus and I will be back for all of your halftime action here on CVC TV. Until then, enjoy the halftime action and sounds here from Beachwood Bison Stadium.
That's the way it needs to bring the spirit of Bison into the house. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our band's going to take us back to a little homecoming with an original composition commissioned for marching band, Winter Circle, and then we're going to transition on to On Broadway. Sit back and relax, and welcome your 2020 Beachwood Bison Marching Band and Drill Team. Beachwood Band is under the direction of David and assisted by Shannon Kelsey, drilling and buzzers, and from Stevens. We would like to thank the Board of Education, administration, staff, students, and you, the community, for your support. Thank you.
And welcome back inside Beachwood Bison Stadium, where the Bison lead the Crestwood Red Devils 14-7 as we are just about ready to start the third quarter. A little bit of a quicker halftime there. Usually the timer had just started, the 3 minutes to warm up there, but referees already blowing the whistle to call for the kickoff. I think they realized where the clock was at there as Crestwood still continues their warm-ups on the far side there. Kevin Arnold here once again alongside Nick Paulus and, of course, our production crew behind the scenes, Peter Tulloch, Jim Wagner, Mike Allen, and Will Harris. And Paulus, at halftime, we have Jalen Minter hitting a dime on the opening possession, a 54-yard touchdown pass to freshman Kyler Wiggins, and then also a scoop and score from Dominic Kirks on a fumble recovery after a couple errant snaps there from the Red Devils, and Crestwood getting their touchdown on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Evan Daniels to Trent Jakacki. Just some of your thoughts on that first half. It looked like we were in for a shootout there offensively, but defense is holding strong there. Bison able to get that touchdown and the 2-point conversion from Jalen Minter. Just some of your thoughts on kind of where these teams sit at halftime and what Crestwood needs to do to get back into this game?
Yeah, as of right now, Beachwood, just looks, they look solid right now. I love Minter, and I love what the Wiggins kids are doing. Kyler and Kendon there for us. Both look phenomenal there for the offense. Their defense has been playing really well as well. Crestwood has been phenomenal, though, on defense, holding Minter and everyone from them as well. If you're Crestwood, you feel great going into the half because you are able to get that stop at the goal line and hold it down to a 1 score. You're going to try and come out here if you're Evan Daniels, try and get this offense started up again and try and push the ball into the end zone a little bit more.
Yeah, we saw a lot of success through the air from the Red Devils there in the first quarter, and as this wind continues to pick up and it gets chillier and colder and colder here in Beachwood, as the clock ticks down just before we get going here on the second half, Daniels will look to probably try to make an adjustment there with the wind. In the second quarter, they'll be going in that same direction in the third quarter. And this will be the perfect time just before kickoff to remind you our presenting sponsor of CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Snyder, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber, Jacqueline Tomsick. They specialize in that dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw, and facial surgery. Reach out to them at 08surgery.com. That's www.08surgery.com. We thank them for their support of CVC TV and the Chagrin Valley Conference. So into the ball goes Torres, gets it down to Jakacki, it looks like, taking that one back.
Yeah, Trent Jakacki.
Jakacki with that touchdown, with the touchdown grab there in the first half, able to grab that and get out across the 35-yard line out to the 36. So that is where this second half will start. And as we see Evan Daniels bring the team out, looking over at their head coach, Jack D'Amato, who was actually their defensive coordinator the last 3 seasons. And as the head coach kind of stepped away there, he fills into the role of head coach now, looking to build on a program that's been building the last 3 seasons. Pitch goes out to Jakacki. He loses the football, fumble, and in on there. Looks like Bison able to pick it up, trying to run it back, gets across the 20 and trying to get out of a tackle. Didn't see them actually pick that up. Looked like guys were on the ground trying to scrum for that ball, but able to pick that ball up coming across. Not sure who was able to pick that ball up for the Bison and run that back. But
was that Derek Minter, number 9?
That may have been Derek Minter. There was some high-fiving and chest bumps out there as well with Ben Desatnik involved in that as well. But he gets inside the 20-yard line at the 18-yard line, and it looks like where they'll spot this football, first down and 10. So
if you're Crestwood right now, you got to be feeling sick to your stomach with the way that the play's been the last 5 minutes of the game total.
And Jakacki has been their seam route wide receiver. Try to get that pitch out to him, try to turn him into a running back there, but fumbled the football. So now the Bison come right back out on offense, and Kyler Wiggins coming across, cuts inside across the 5 and runs into the end zone, dragging a defender, dragging the running back for Crestwood, Louis Basoli, into the end zone, and they convert that turnover into points right away, and they go up 20-7. Just 30 seconds into this third quarter. Kyler Wiggins with his second score of the game, this time in a running fashion instead of through the air, and it's 20-7 Beachwood Bison.
Kyler Wiggins is just making it look way too easy out there. Simple sweep play right across everyone's face, to the right, just splits it and goes straight in. Blocked kick.
As Liam Torres, the kicker for the Bison, they're having trouble with that snap in the hold. Ben Desatnik, the holder, as that snap comes across, that's the second time they've failed on an extra point in this game, and looked like the same kind of thing. That ball just kind of skidding across the turf from the long snapper. Desatnik not able to get it down. That time able to get it down just quick enough for Torres to try to get a kick away, but it goes into the Red Devils' waiting hands, blocked kick, so it remains 20-7. And what is that message that Coach D'Amato is preaching to his junior quarterback, Evan Daniels, right now, and to this offense after coming right out, looking to try to get some momentum going back in that third quarter and turning it over? That turns into points.
You have to think that Coach D'Amato's just, letting Evan know just to hold on to the ball. Just control the pace, control the ball. You're still in this. You're only down 2 scores as of right now. Don't freak out. Don't try and overthink anything. Just play the game like how you did on the first couple of possessions whenever you were creating those longer plays, and just make sure that you just try and hit those creases whenever you're able to.
And Liam Torres will bring the football and the tee out to the 40-yard line. With their special teams set, Jakacki and Blaziola back deep, and this kick going down deep in their own end. Jakacki goes back to his 5-yard line to retrieve this, trying to come around the right-hand side, and great coverage, and he's able to get out of a couple tackles, but just kind of going east and west and east and west.
And that's the thing that we don't need you to do.
And once you find one hole, you just got to try to, if you need to go a little east and west to find that hole, once you find it, you got to try to get around the outside. Great coverage, good job pinning him in by the Bison special teams unit.
You can definitely understand where he's coming from, though, because you think whenever you have the ball in your hands, you think you have all this open field right up through the middle, but you don't take into account the other 9 people that are right in front of your face that you don't see right beside you.
And that wind, as we look across at the flags just off to our right, the wind looks like it's died down, but it doesn't feel like it up here, as Blaziola will get this handoff trying to get around the right side, and a better job there sealing the edge by the Bison's defense, only able to gain a couple yards there, bringing up a 2nd down and 8 from their own 10-yard line.
Once again, just from D'Amato, just needs to caution his players not to overthink anything. Don't try anything. Don't try and overdo anything. Just try and run it straight up the middle if you possibly can.
Daniels will go under center this time and hand it off to Blaziola. Gets out of a tackle, gets across the 15, out close to a 1st down. Depends on the spot. Looks like they'll give him just enough for a 1st down. Brought down just shy of the 20-yard line at the 19. Gain of 8 and a 1st down for the Red Devils.
Once again, Crestwood, all you have to do is just run, and Blaziola is going to do as much damage as possible.
And Daniels goes back under center. Same play there. Blaziola gets on the right side. Down the sideline, he's got one man to beat. That's Desetnik. Gets inside of him, but able to just hold him up just enough. Down across the 30-yard line, inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line of the Bison. A great run again by Blaziola. This time able to avoid Desetnik, who had pushed him out of bounds earlier, but slowed him down just enough for that hustling Bison defense to bring him down and save that touchdown.
If you're Crestwood, you know what their Achilles heel of Beachwood is right now, and it is that run defense.
Blaziola will get this handoff again. He's met in the hole nicely by the Bisons. Looks like Will Owens, their linebacker, getting in there to plug that gap. And Blaziola able to gain 3 yards there. And it will bring up a 2nd down and 7 from the Bison 25-yard line.
Blaziola's, he's got to be just dying right now. Huffing and puffing away, I bet.
And 9:40 to go here in the third quarter, 20-7. Beachwood on top of Crestwood. Crestwood driving, 2nd and 7 at their 25. And Daniels taking a lot of snaps from under center and just handing off to Blaziola. Daniels under center to Blaziola.
Smart move.
Has been the recipe for success on this drive so far. And able to get inside the 20-yard line down to the 19-yard line, just shy of a 1st down. Gain of 6 there, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Red Devils.
You got to think that you're going to go right back to him.
And they're set up in that I formation. Blaziola just pounding his way across the 1st down line. Gains a couple extra yards there down to the 16. And they'll gain another 1st down. And again, it's just it's just going with what's working right now. It's
Absolutely.
They're realizing that passing game through the air, going this direction.
It's tough with the wind. We've been saying it all night. Just run the rock.
And this time pitching out to the right-hand side, getting across the 10, across the 5, met there at the 5, pushed out of bounds, but looks like a first down for the Red Devils again. A gain of 11, pushed out, a gain of 12 actually, pushed out at the 4-yard line. That time, instead of up the middle, getting that speed from Blasiola out around the edge, and they'll be set up first and goal, and they're looking to go quick.
And it looks like Jalen Minter had a great hit knocking him out of bounds.
So Daniels under center will hand out to Blasiola, gets across the goal line into the end zone. So they just run that power I formation, get one around the edge one time, but that power running game for the Red Devils takes them all the way down the field, and a 3-yard touchdown run for Blasiola into the end zone makes it 20-13 now, with Red Devils still trailing but trying to get back in this football game. As the extra point goes up and through the uprights from Jaden Julian, the 6'1", 160-pound kicker for the Red Devils. So Bison still lead in this ball game, but it has been cut down to a one-possession ball game and only leading by 6 now, 20-14.
What a great game we've had so far. I mean, this has been fantastic. Both teams playing as hard as possible. I mean, these defense, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, has been just on point so far. And if you're Crestwood, you now know the recipe to success. Just run the rock.
Yeah, and especially here in this third quarter, until you can maybe you feel like that wind at your back in the fourth quarter could open up that passing offense again. It has been a game of, and we know how much sport and how much football is a game of strategy and adjustment, but the in-game adjustments by both teams in this football game have been excellent and so intriguing to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Both of these head coaches, I mean, you just have to give them props. I mean, it is such and once again for Beachwood, this is their first game of the year. They look great right now. And that's a dedication to their coaches for what they've been doing. Squib kick.
As Julian tries to pooch that one, trying to pooch that kick off, try to get Crestwood maybe an opportunity there, catch the Bison sleeping. Not necessarily one of those onside kicks, but one of those kicks that kind of goes into that danger zone on a kickoff.
I love that, danger zone right there.
Get in that danger zone. Trying to, and I saw it last week with Independence and Cardinal, special teams kind of playing that cat and mouse game as well.
Yep.
Trying to put it in an area where you want to see if the hands team for the Bison are paying attention.
Let's
when you're
see
not
who's
kicking
quicker,
off to their
right.
quicker return men in the back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you are Beachwood right now, you just want to run the rock as well. You want to try and kill this clock. Right now, you're up by 6 points. You just want to try and get this one going. I wouldn't be surprised if Wiggins has a good series. There he is.
Kendon Wiggins getting around the outside, getting across the 40, across the 50, down the sideline, down inside the 40, inside the 35, gets knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line of the Red Devils. And we do have a flag back here. A hold on the Bison will bring another good run by Kendon Wiggins back.
That's a heartbreaker for Kendon Wiggins. That was a great, phenomenal run for the senior there for him. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to bust that one loose and then do it away clean.
For the most part, it has been a clean game. We've seen a few flags, a few penalties come out, and especially for Beachwood being their first game of the season, have played a pretty clean game. But that is the second time that a penalty has cost them big yardage or
major
a big
yardage
play in the game, as it brought back a touchdown opportunity from Jalen Minter early in that second quarter. So Minter with Wiggins on his right hip. He'll take this snap, rolling out to his left, trying to throw across his body. A good throw there. Good connection by Ben DeSatnik. And being wrestled to the ground at the 40-yard line. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 at their own 40-yard line.
Ben Desatnik, I mean, just phenomenal catch right there, right across the middle, had to turn back around, grab it, and then try and get a couple of extra yards. Those yak yards is what we like to call them.
And one of those tougher throws for a quarterback when they're rolling out to the opposite side.
Very tough throw.
Right-handed
Across
to the
his
left.
body.
Yep, throwing across the body. One of those dangerous throws to make. Now, Kendon Wiggins getting through a couple defenders, lowering his shoulder pads as we saw Blaziola for the Red Devils do in the first half, and gets just enough 4 yards for that first down, and those chains will move as the ball is spotted at the 45-yard line. Looks like they gave him an extra yard there for his effort. And a gain of 5 will give them that first down.
And if you're Crestwood right now all you're thinking is it's going to be runs, a lot of runs, so let's look to stop them up front.
7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Beachwood still leading 20-14. Minter will take it himself, get out of a couple tackles, and trying to reach that ball out as he's pinned towards the near sideline. Gets across midfield. Gain of 6 down to the 49-yard line of Crestwood.
And it looks like someone is down right now. It looks like it is Desmond Kirks.
And of course, you never want to speculate on any injury there. There's a lot of bodies in on that play.
Almost looked like he got sandwiched into it, so it's an unfortunate situation.
As his quarterback, Jalen Minter, was trying to stretch for some extra yards, pull some defenders there. Did get sandwiched there, but the great medical staff from Beachwood is attending to Kirks there on the ground there, so we will hope for all the best there as he is already getting up on his feet. A great sign of sportsmanship from both teams and the crowd here at Bison Stadium, and glad to see him walk off on his own power, so all the best to him as he'll go with the trainer over here to the table. So the Bison will come back out for the second down and 4. 6:45 shows on the clock, and Crestwood just getting some defenders out onto the field.
Look for Wiggins. Wiggins to go up the middle, it looks like.
Now switching the pistol to
Minter.
the shotgun. Minter will take this snap, gets a first down inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line of the Red Devils, and a great run there just up the middle. Took one cut, and there's that key that we've kind of seen in this game. When either side is able to get their running game going, they're taking that one cut, getting north and south. When it goes east and west, these defensive lines for both squads have been up to the task.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. And we might want to give Minter the credit for the run on that, but he wouldn't have had all those yards without Wiggins, Kendon Wiggins, doing some major blocking down the field.
Turning from running back into fullback there, leading the charge for his quarterback. So Kyler Wiggins will come across the formation. Kendon Wiggins gets it through a seam, and he is all alone. 10-5, touchdown, Beachwood. Kendon Wiggins finds pay dirt for his effort, gets paid off from blocking for his quarterback before, gets the play call for him. One play later, looking back on the field, there are no flags to bring this one back, and the Bison take a 26-14 lead with 5:55 to go in the third quarter.
What a great run by Wiggins. I mean, he just looks like he's gliding out there on the field. Doesn't even look like he's putting that much of an effort into it. You know he's running as hard as he possibly can, but he makes it look so easy, and that is such a great talent to have.
And it's interesting you bring that up, too, because if watching that run, once he was in the clear, it looked like he slowed down, but still had so much speed and so much power that no one was going to catch him, even if he slowed himself down at all.
Those are the type of runs that you dream of.
So they're going to go for 2 here after a couple issues there with the extra points, and Minter will just go around left side, get across the goal line, and they'll go back up 14, 28-14 here, just under the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter. Second time Minter has found the end zone for that 2-point conversion there, this time going left side instead of right side, and just sliding across that goal line to give him that 2-point conversion.
And once again, Wiggins with the block. I mean, he took on a linebacker that was double his size and took him clean up. That was a really nice block to get into the end zone for Minter.
And his Kendon Wiggins, the touchdown maker, on that last play, comes over to the sideline. He seems a little gassed, but he's got a big smile on his face after he's been putting in that work that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, with the blocks and being willing to do the dirty work.
Both ways. Both ways. All of these kids are playing both ways. I mean,
yes.
it is such a far cry. I mean, Beachwood has 35 kids on their roster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whenever I went to graduated from Cuyahoga Falls in 2007, we had roughly 60 to 70 people on our roster. They have less than that, and they are doing such a great job. I mean, just dedication to their coaches, to getting them all into shape. Just a phenomenal job to get it all started.
And most of these players are probably playing three ways too. I mean, you see, you see Jalen Minter playing on defense. He's running kicks back. He's playing quarterback. Blaziola playing defense, laying the boom. He's now taking this kickoff back. Gets across the 30, finds a seam, and he's gonna go. He's down across midfield. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, and Blaziola gets the touchdown right back. As we were just talking about someone doing the work on all ends. He has run a touchdown in from 3 yards out, and now a kickoff return for a touchdown. Caught that about his 10-yard line, so about a 90-yard kickoff return. We've seen him just hit that turbo button, as you said earlier, and
absolutely.
just go.
I mean, he is hitting that, what is that, the trigger button.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he is going all out tonight. 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. I mean, you can't put your team in a better place than what he's been doing. Louis has been great so far tonight.
And as this extra point just gets over the crossbar there by Jaden Julian, Beachwood now leading 28-21, and just 13 seconds later, Bison had a 2-possession lead, and it's already cut. 5:42 to go in the second quarter, already cut back down to 1 possession.
Yeah, and kickoff returns are just a game changer. I mean, they really are. I mean, whenever you get a great kickoff return, let alone a touchdown, I mean, you are looking at a difference-making play that could change the course of the entire game.
And Blaziola caught that one kind of more so on the far side there, and as soon as he saw that hole up the middle, as we said, hit that turbo button, shows off his speed and gets out just across close to the near sideline there. And
don't put it past Minter, though. I mean, Minter's back here on the kickoff, after taking a 4-second break, and now he's going to try and do the same.
And
they're kicking Julian, right to him.
Yep, Julian will kick this one off right to Minter. He's going to make a cut across the 30, and good coverage there on that short kickoff as he was able to get across the 30-yard line out to the 34-yard line, where the Bison will bring the offense back out. And, you said it, kicking to Minter there, but good coverage there. This has been one heck of a football game, and we still got a quarter and a half to go.
I can't wait. If you're Crestwood right now for defense, what are you trying to prepare for? Are you looking for Wiggins, or are you looking for Minter right now?
You got to look for both.
Yeah.
Because when we see Wiggins go in motion, or he's kind of shifted around that backfield, they have been faking the handoff or giving it from Minter, as coming around the right edge there, getting across the 40 out to the 45-yard line, right at the first down marker, Derek Minter. So Jalen Minter to Derek Minter, junior to senior.
You got Minters and Wiggins and
and looks like
is that Derek?
It may be Derek Minter, the ball carrier there, that just got that first down, that goes down, rolls over there. Again, not going to speculate on any injuries there, kind of grabbing at the back of his leg, but training staff will take care of him. And again, wishing for all the best there. Never want to see these injuries for any of these athletes, especially at this high school level in their first game, as Beachwood is coming out for their first game of the season. But good to see Jalen Minter up on his feet, or Derek Minter, excuse me, up on his feet and walking over to the sideline into the huddle.
Probably just needed a second to breathe. I mean, all these kids out here, once again, playing, both ways, triple ways. I mean, they're doing everything possible.
So if you hear the same name being called when each team is on different sides of the ball, whether defense or offense, don't worry. We haven't figured out cloning yet. They really are playing all three phases.
We might figure out cloning. Who knows?
Shh, we're not supposed to tell anyone. Jalen Minter will take this snap, gets across the 45, out across midfield, and he'll be marked down just across into Red Devil territory at their 49-yard line. Gain of 6 yards there, bringing up, actually mark it back 1 yard there. Gain of 5, second down and 5, 4:45 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and Jalen Minter is right now back in the shotgun formation. Everyone's spread out. Looks like they're doing a sweep play.
And coming across here, looks like Martez Pinckney will get his first carry of the ball game. Gets a couple yards. Gain of 2, so third down and 3 at the Red Devil 47.
Yeah, and it looks like right now the defense for Crestwood is trying to figure out the spread and exactly what they're going to be doing. They were showing blitz earlier.
Yeah, and with this spread offense, as you just mentioned, Paulus, I mean, Crestwood has seen Beachwood throwing out of that, and now Beachwood is having more success kind of getting those runs across the formation as we see here. Minter will take this snap and call his own number again, gets past the first down marker, across the 40-yard line, inside the 39, a gain of 5, first down and 10, Beachwood.
And there was a blitz from Ethan Strahan, who has been on fire tonight, but Minter had the great mindset to sort of hold off for a second, let him shoot straight through, and then he just followed right behind him.
And again, we talked about this strategy that we've seen, these in-game adjustments, and we've seen those blitzes coming from Strahan all night for the Red Devils, and it looks like the Bison have found that answer to kind of play against the Red Devils and what they're trying to when they try to bring that blitz. And handoff here to Kendon Wiggins, gain of 1. So a better job there by that defensive front for the Red Devils, not allowing him to skirt through any sort of hole there. And so it'll bring up a second down and 9 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Beachwood right now, once again, about almost 3 minutes left in the quarter, you just want to try and just keep on running this ball. I mean, you've been doing such a great job this quarter running the ball, you might as well keep it up.
And with Blaziola running the ball the way he has and getting those quick scores for Crestwood, definitely you can see a slowdown in tempo from the Bison on this drive. Minter will take this snap, roll out to his right, looking for Kyler Wiggins again, and another beautiful drop in the bucket pass from Jalen Minter to Kyler Wiggins, all the way down to the 8-yard line, setting up a first and goal for the Bison just inside that 10-yard line with 2:26 to go. And we saw that play in the second quarter, just did it one time again. Wiggins is able to just go from left to right across that formation.
Yeah, and Minter, Minter is just on a different level whenever he rolls out. If you give him just the slightest bit of time, he's going to find someone open and drop it right in the bucket.
So Kendon Wiggins will go to Minter's left hip. Minter will carry himself. Wiggins leading the way. Open lane and across the goal line again. That Kendon Wiggins, using him as a fullback, has worked out well, running to the left. And Jalen Minter kind of duplicates their 2-point conversion play and turns it into 6 points for the Bison. They go back up 2 scores. 34-21, 2:20 to go here in the third quarter.
Like I said it before, Jalen is just on a different level right now. He is playing excellent so far for Beachwood. And Crestwood, really needs to step it up on offense here coming up. You're starting to lose that amount of time, though. You want to run the ball because Blasio is doing such a phenomenal job running the ball, but at the same time, you only have about 14 minutes left in the entire game. So if you're going to hit them, you're going to hit them hard, and you got to hit them fast.
And that time, Liam Torres able to convert on his first extra point of the game, making the score 35-21 Beachwood. 2:20 to go as we saw Jalen Minter kind of come over to the sideline and just get a little breather over here, doing a lot of the work there and getting some high fives from his teammates on the sideline. And great time to remind you as the Beachwood Special Teams unit gets one final piece of instruction from their coach that the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor for CBC TV. Of course, their practice diagnoses and treats your facial pain and injuries, also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.oh8surgery.com. That's www.oh8surgery.com. Once again, we want to thank all of them over at the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all their sponsorship and support for the Chagrin Valley Conference. And we just saw this CBC Commissioner, Don Lewis, make an appearance here tonight as well. So this kickoff goes from Torres to Blasiola again, and he's going to try to hit this hole once again, getting around the right side, and another good return for Blasiola, this time across his own 40-yard line out to be marked down at the 42-yard line. So better coverage there by the Bison, but again, those seams being generated by that Red Devils special teams unit has just allowed Blasiola to just run.
And you might as well just keep running him because right now you're down 2 scores, and he is your best option on offense.
And they're right back to that formation we saw on that touchdown drive before, this I formation, just hand off to Blasiola.
Flag.
He'll get around the right side, get pushed out of bounds after a gain of 1, but a flag does come in as Marquise Pinckney able to push him out of bounds there for a short gain, but looking for the may have been too many men on the field once again for the Bison defense as the Red Devils will get a free 5 yards there, so first down and 5, and still showing 2:06 to go in this third quarter. I mean, we've had so much action in this third quarter. Hard to believe we've only seen 10 minutes.
It is very tough to believe that. But, I mean, as of right now, both these offenses have just been jacked up. And it's great to see. I mean, for high school football, 35-21, and, you're not even 14 minutes left in the game. I mean, it's great.
As they had spotted that ball for a 1st and 5, and now
moving it up
even.
Looks like a 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty. Didn't see the signal from the referee there.
No.
But 15 yards.
It's a head scratcher.
And it'll be first down and 10. You wonder if there was any sort of hands to the face or anything like that during that blocking scheme there on that run by Blasiola. This time, Daniels will hand off to, it looked like Aiden Gutlick.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Gutlick, sorry about that. So kind of changing things up there on that play. Blasiola back in the backfield this time. And Daniels has been under center for most of this second half. Blasiola getting around the edge, down the right sideline. And laying a hit was the quarterback, Jalen Minter, on the sideline after Blasiola did get the first down, but he felt that one on that far side.
What an absolute jacked up hit right there. That was a phenomenal hit.
But Blasiola, the tough kid that he is, both him and Minter. And I mean, all these kids.
Best players of the game right there, though. I mean, they both have been playing out of this world.
Blasiola right back there in the backfield behind Daniels. He takes the snap, hands off to the right again. And this time, great open field tackle, not allowing him to get around the edge for the Bison. Looked like Desmond Horn Jr. their defensive back out there in the flat, able to bring him down for a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12. 1:15 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Great play from their defensive line and linebackers to all step up right there and just bring him down in the backfield.
So Evan Daniels, the quarterback, looking at his Coach D'Amato for the call. And, just a mirror image every single time right there in the backfield. This time, play action fake and able to connect with his wide receiver and getting across the end zone. That's Austin Johnson. They called the touchdown. Ball game out late, but he was already across the goal line, and they used that running attack against the Bison defense, able to catch him looking in the backfield at Blaziola. Austin Johnson sneaks out and just able to snag that above his shoestrings and run it in for 6, making it 35-27.
Simple play action play, 9 route all the way through. He didn't even hesitate. He just went straight for it.
And again, Jaden Julian will convert in the extra point. A great job by Trent Jakacki, who is the holder on that play. That ball was flat in the turf. He picked it up, and as soon as it went straight up in the air, Julian was there to just send it through the upright. So they have converted on all their extra points, and we are back to a 7-point ball game. 46 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Bison leading 35-28. Now we're starting to get that shootout
Love it.
we thought we would see in the first half, as both offenses now trading scores back and forth.
Every quarter so far has been something different. That first quarter, great start. Little slower. 2nd quarter, a lot of issues, a lot of fumbles, a lot of penalties, everything that sort of takes away from the game. Then this quarter, all offense, both sides. It's been just phenomenally great.
Now, as Julian tees this ball up on this 40-yard line right in front of us, they've been trying this short little pooch kick the last couple times.
And you see Beachwood ready for it.
As they have brought their deep men, Jalen Minter and Kyler Wiggins, up. And we'll see if Crestwood sends this ball away, and they do. And that ball on this kind of turf, it's going to stay in and just rolls across the goal line. That ball looked like it was about to turn hard left and stay in play and be open for anybody to go after it, but it just kept rolling. Took a turn left, right back right, and across the goal line. And, of course, in high school football, as soon as that ball touches that goal line, they call the play dead and bring that ball out to the 20-yard line.
This was a great kick. It really was. I mean, I really thought it was going to be stopping there on the 2 or 1 yard line, and it just kicked right in.
And the strategy in this game, this chess match just keeps going back and forth. The
excitement between both sides. I mean, it's just unreal.
And both sidelines are into it. And of course, the kids do have to socially distance. Beachwood has done a great job of putting out some cones, because now you have the 10 to the 10-yard line. Minter will hand this one off to Derek Minter. Jalen Minter to Derek Minter, able to get 5 yards there, and gets across the 25 out to the 26. But you'll see these teams spread out more on their sidelines. But the chess match is just, it's so fun to watch. As we tick down to 20 seconds, Red Devils have been doing some short pooch kicks. Bison bring their players up. They kick it
off,
deep.
right?
And looks like they're just going to let this clock tick down all the way to the 3rd quarter, or all the way to the 4th quarter, and the clock has briefly stopped, and it ticks down now. 5 seconds to go, as both teams will be happy to go to the 4th quarter with Beachwood leading 35-28. And we went to halftime 14-7. And we saw 21 points put up by both squads in that 3rd quarter. And the strategy, the gamesmanship by both sides.
These kids are fighting for their lives out there right now, and it is so much fun to watch, because both these squads, you're only getting so many games this year. It's not something that you don't get the full 10 games, and you're hoping for the best, expecting the worst at this point in time, and these kids are just playing out of their minds.
So Beachwood will have a 2nd down and 5 from their own 26 when we get back to action here in the 4th quarter. And Paulus, you are so right. And Beachwood coming out for their first game, wanting to prove what they've been working on. They earned this opportunity to have a season. And the Red Devils of Crestwood showing what they're going to bring to the CVC as well. As Beachwood comes out, just want to remind you and thank our other sponsor, Vape Educate, which is an online course designed to be completed by middle and high school students. However, it most certainly can be beneficial to anyone interested in learning more about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Schools are using Vape Educate as an educational program for teachers, parents, and other community members. Visit vapeeducate.com to learn more. That's vapeeducate.com. So underway here in this 4th quarter, Jalen Minter will fake the handoff. He'll run around right side across the 25, getting close to the 30-yard line, close to that 1st down, and just gets pushed out of bounds a yard shy of that 1st down marker.
It was a great tackle by Noah Baker, sophomore wide receiver, defensive back, 5'9", 150 pounds.
Baker getting in there to knock Minter out of bounds. He was trying to get around that right side, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and short, so a big 3rd down play already early in this 4th quarter as the Red Devils will try to get this ball back. Bison going to try to get their running game going and chew up some clock here in the 4th quarter. Minter will bring Kendon Wiggins across, so will hand off and gets that 1st down and a couple more across the 30 out to the 32. Gain of 3, and there's that first down that the Bison were looking for, and they'll start taking their time to get their offense situated, get the play in, and to get that running game really in control of this football game.
This Beachwood offense right now just needs to keep running the ball. You're just trying to keep the ball out of Balasio's hands. I mean, that's basically what you're trying to do if you're Beachwood right here.
And movement
False
early
start.
there. Derek Minter moving on the left side of the line. And false start will back him up 5, bringing up a 1st down and 15 for the Bison.
And that's a tough play. I mean, once again, first game of the year for Beachwood. So, I mean, you're going to make these mistakes. You just hope that they don't happen at a crucial time like right now.
And so Minter calling out the plays to his wide receiver there on the far side out to Desmond Horn. Now gets the play set, brings Kendon Wiggins to his left hip. And he'll take the snap, rolling out here to his left-hand side, looking to throw across to Desatnik like earlier, and not open. Flags come flying in. His body's all over the turf. Minter running across the sideline there, gets pushed out of bounds. And
looks like they might be calling a
looks like a hold on Beachwood.
On Derek Minter.
So that'll back him up another 10 yards. And so Bison, after getting that 1st down, have just been in a backwards trajectory with 10:56 to go in the final quarter. Bison still leading 35-28, but
a couple of rough plays for Derek Minter right there, but he's going to learn from them.
And Derek being one of their seniors on this team, but of course, opening game for Beachwood and in a tight ball game all ready to start. That ball being marched back here. Well, really the orange beanbag being marched back as the center keeps the ball in their hands to keep with those protocols that are in place.
Is it a 1st and 25?
1st and 25 here for the Bison. And the further they go back, they're going to want to gain as many yards as they can. If not a 1st down, gain as many yards as they can, because we saw what the Red Devils were able to do with good field position earlier in this football game.
Yeah, with a short field, I mean, you're looking at Blasio. I mean, he could take it to the he could take it to the house in one play. So if you are Beachwood, you're just trying to make up some yards right now. Not even worry about getting the 1st, because it is such a distance there for him, but just look to get a couple of yards and kill some of this clock.
And looks like Beachwood head coach Creel is out there in deep conversation with the officials. I'm not sure what he is indicating, but not happy about something going on there, as he'll give instruction to Jalen Minter, who will trot out back onto the field. We come over to talk to one of the offensive assistants here on the sideline. And then he'll give some final instructions there as he walks by Desmond Horn.
A lot of confusion right now for Beachwood.
A lot of confusion up here in the booth too of what the conversations were about. But we're back underway. Minter will take this snap up over top. He's got Desmond Horn wide open, and a great connection there. And a flag comes in after that tackle. Looked like a face mask was grabbed as Desmond Horn was being dropped to the turf, and.
Yeah, Desmond Horn just cutting right through the middle of the defense. I mean, they looked like they were playing a prevent defense out there. I mean, as of right now you're looking at a 2nd and 2. I mean, what a great play.
And that flag from the 41-yard line, additional yardage will give the Bison that first down. So they got marched back on 2 or 3 consecutive plays there, and in one play, they will get that first down yardage. And like you said, that prevent defense looking for the run. Beachwood catches them napping and gets that play plus the that penalty yardage there. Not something you want to see late in the ball game when you're trying to come back.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're Crestwood, you got to be sick to your stomach right now expecting the run.
As Kendon Wiggins will get that handoff as some extra play there. Both coaches preaching to be smart out there on the field to both of their squads.
Yeah, Desmond Horn was going after one of the Crestwood players there for him. Ref told him, settle down, kid, settle down.
Mm-hmm. And short gain there, actually a loss on the play of 1 back to the 45-yard line of the Red Devils. So clock ticking. But a 2nd down, it is showing 2nd down and 10. Looks like that yard marker, though, is a yard back. So 2nd down and 11 for Beachwood. Minter looking to throw in the grasp and not letting him get away. A great job again. Another sack for this Red Devils defense. And coming through.
It looks like that was number 57, Darren Pauling.
And it looked like Jonas Honeycutt was in on that play as well, getting down at the ankles of Jalen Minter. They know how much speed and how much work rate Minter has put in tonight, so a great job of not letting him go, because once he gets out on that edge, we've seen what he's been able to do out there with his speed as well.
Absolutely. Now, if you're Crestwood, you definitely don't want to revert back to what last happened, wherever you gave up that 1st and 25 play. It's 3rd and 21, and Minter has the ball.
Minter gets this snap. He gets across his own 45, but not much else. So a good stand there by the Red Devils defense after kind of that mistake to give the Bison that first down they were looking for. And it'll bring up a 4th and 21, just getting back to that same line of scrimmage at that 46. Minter will kind of go back into his punt formation here as Jakacki will go back for the Red Devils.
And this wind is starting to pick up a little bit up here, so I can only imagine what it is like down there.
And that ball just gets stopped by the wind, a very short punt. Jakacki telling his teammates to get away, and that ball's rolling back.
It's a 19-yard punt.
The Red Devils' way. That ball went high up in the air, and not much else. That wind just knocked it down, and you can hear it coming through on the broadcast. We're feeling it up here in the booth. I can only imagine down there, deeper on the field, what kind of havoc that wind is having, especially as these teams put the ball up in the air, passing or trying to punt, as Jalen Minter just did right there. And that was a great indication of how windy it really is at this stadium.
And it looks like Jalen Minter's out for right now. Ralph Herkley in.
Blaziola will go around left side this time, getting out to the 40-yard line where he is met by a host of Bison, getting knocked out of bounds. So a gain on the play of 3, bringing up a 2nd down and 7. 7:35 here to go in the ball game.
And right now, I mean, if you're Crestwood, you feel great. You got the ball. You have one of the best players of the game so far in Blasio. I mean, just let him, get the rock and go from there.
And Evan Daniels going back to that traditional under center position, but that front for the Bison not allowing Blasiola to get going, getting those legs going, and a gain of 2 yards. So bring up a 3rd and 5 as we get close to that 7-minute mark of the 4th quarter. And they're looking over at their coach, Coach D'Amato, for instruction. As this clock starts to tick down, you're going to want to see a little bit more urgency out of the Red Devils.
And right now, I think just the opposite. I think that they can run this clock a little bit because they're only down the 1 score. So if you get the score, get a stop on defense, go from there.
And dangerous pass there as Daniels was going for Austin Johnson, who was not looking for the football either, trying to get that short connection there to try to get the first down. And so now they're in a 4th down scenario, 6:39 to go.
You have to punt if you're Crestwood. You can't give up this sort of offensive field position to Beachwood. Unless they don't have a punter that they have on the roster. I mean, then I guess you got to go for it.
Yeah, Evan Daniels will stay out there in that pistol formation. Blasiola behind him. And Daniels got some room out on the left-hand side, and he skirts out of bounds across that first down marker, gets across midfield, just inside Bison territory. He gets marked out right at midfield. So a first down play there. First time we've seen Daniels kind of use his legs to keep the possession alive.
Yeah, I mean, if completions are coming, here and there, and this wind is causing some ruckus, use your legs, try and get out there as best as possible. Yeah, I mean, it was a great run by Daniels.
And a good read there by Daniels to see that open space, take what the defense was giving him. Now I'll hand off to Blasiola, getting around the right side, across the 45, down inside the 40, leaps a defender, and gets down across the 30 to the 28-yard line of Beachwood. So a first down run, 22-yard run there for Blasiola, doing the work. And you see the athleticism on display on that run.
Oh, I mean, great jump by Blasio, but an even better hit stick by Ben Desetnik.
6:10 to go, 4th quarter. Red Devils trailing 35-28. This jet sweep around the left side to Jakaki, and good open field tackle there. They have not had much success with that jet sweep going right to left.
That jet sweep is a lot tougher. The east to west plays. I mean, that's what we've been talking about. Go north and south. That's what you've been doing so great this half so far with Blasio. Just go north and south.
You run about 10-15 yards to gain 2 or 3. This time Daniels back to pass and throws it low.
Flag.
But a flag out here on the near side as that play was going to the far side of the field. Looks like Daniels was going for Aiden Gutglick out there, but kind of threw it to his feet, not even able to make a play on that one.
I believe it's a false start on Crestwood.
As they are talking to the Beachwood sideline. Illegal shift on Crestwood. That penalty will be a decline, so that down will count, and it'll quickly go to a 3rd down and 7.
And if you're Crestwood, I mean, you're already committed, so you might as well do everything you possibly can. This is a 2-down situation for these guys.
And as Daniels looks over at Coach D'Amato, probably getting a call for 2 plays here, if not able to convert on this 3rd down and 7. As Paulus just said, definitely 4-down territory now for the Red Devils. And he'll just swing this one out to Mason Daniels, makes a cut, and tries to get a couple extra yards, gets close to first down yardage, and depends on the spot. Looks like the far side judge is indicating 4th down and about a yard to go.
Well, you already know how this is going to go down. It's going to be Blasio. I mean, just give him the rock and see what you can get with him.
And referee indicates to the clock operator to run that clock. 5:20 and ticking here in this great CVC matchup. Red Devils again driving with a 4th and 1, trailing 35-28. And looks like we will get a timeout, Beachwood, to talk about this defensive stand on this 4th down and 1 play.
I think as of right now, I mean, that was a good timeout by Beachwood. I think that was a smart timeout because you're going to inform your kids, hey, let's try and get this stop right here. If you don't, it's not an issue. You still have the lead, but you got to keep them out of the end zone.
As we come down to what could be a intriguing and crazy finish, probably the best time right now to thank once again our presenting sponsor of CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. We want to thank them so much, including CVC Commissioner and Dr. Don Lewis, for all of their support of Chagrin Valley Conference, CVC TV, and all of the great work of these student athletes and these schools to get seasons going here in the fall of 2020. As we know, the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic here in 2020 is still an issue. So Crestwood comes out of the timeout that Beachwood took in that I formation, and a fumble snap. And Daniels was called for the snap and took his eyes off the ball as soon as that play happened. And
it's a devastating play for Crestwood right there.
And he was already looking for Laziola to hand that ball off, did not secure that snap. Under center, we've seen a lot of success with that play. And now with 5:08 to go, Crestwood still with 3 timeouts, but Beachwood leading 35-28 and will take over on downs here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and if you are Jalen Minter right now, you are just looking to run the rock with Wiggins or yourself.
And Minter will hand off to Kendon Wiggins, and he'll try to get across up the middle there for a couple yards, but gets stopped just right at the line of scrimmage. May have gained a half a yard. They will give him credit for a yard on that play, making it 2nd down and 9. And clock continues to roll here in the final quarter.
And if you are Crestwood's defense right now, you have to give everything that you have in order to stop this, to stop Beachwood right now, because time is ticking.
And you can see their setup right now. They have 10 of the 11 in the box with that safety very close there as the safety will roll across, and it gets an open lane, and Kendon Wiggins is off to the races. He gets across midfield, tries to turn it outside to the right, staying away from the Crestwood defenders inside the 15, 10, 5, just brought down inside the 5-yard line. And Kendon Wiggins coming up a little bit slow there, but he hit that hole and had this near sideline, decided to cut all the way across the field as Kendon Wiggins is down on the field. And again, training staff hustling out there. Coach Creel getting his team over to him to give them instructions here, but it'll set up a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. But you hope that Kendon Wiggins is okay in that play as he was brought down from behind by the Crestwood defenders.
Unbelievable run by Kendon Wiggins. I mean, truly, I mean, he has been just an unbelievable star of this game, especially for Beachwood. I mean, giving everything that he possibly has. It's just super unfortunate right now that they, that he is down, but looks like he is up and, going to be able to walk this one off.
Yeah, walking off under his own power, which is good to see. We've seen a few injuries here tonight, but each one able to walk off on their own power. And thankfully, seeing that. And again, a great run by Kendon Wiggins, excuse me. And you saw as the defense started to shift, as that safety coming down in the box, and they were bringing almost all 11 down in the box. they ran right to that side where he left.
And that's the issue whenever you bring that much pressure down there. You want to stop the run, so you got to bring everyone up. One missed tackle, and you see what happens. I mean, he almost had the score. He got stopped on, it looks like the 3-yard line, so, first and goal, 3 to go, and, up a score. I mean, it is, coming down to crunch time for Crestwood, so they need to have a stop right here.
And Bison will trot out here, and in no hurry at all, as we have
take your time.
4-minute.
If you're Beachwood, take your time.
And we reached the 4-minute mark here to go in the fourth quarter. And in a prime position, Jalen Minter will run over to the left-hand side and gets a couple yards down inside to the 1-yard line. And again, they are in no rush to take this football. They are in prime position to try to still take that 2-score lead, or even let this clock just continue to roll to not allow Crestwood much time left in the ball game to come back.
And the way the playoffs, work this year, I mean, everyone gets in, everything like that, but you still want to put up as many points as possible to show your dominance to, committees out there.
And you want to be able to show that you can close out games like this, is especially in your first game of the year. This is a big test for this Bison's offense. As Kendon Wiggins, gets across the goal line, did a lot of work to get that 2 yards, but he will get that 2-yard touchdown run, and Beachwood goes back up 41-28 over Crestwood. And had gotten stopped short in the backfield, but just kept those legs churning. Had just come back onto the field after going down with that injury, and gets pay dirt again for his second touchdown of the game.
And Coach Creel knew exactly what he was doing. As soon as Wiggins got down to the 2-yard line, hey, let's give the kid a breather and let's give him the ball again.
So Beachwood getting a couple special teams players out there late onto the field, as Liam Torres is set to kick this football. DeSatnik will hold, kick up, and it sounded like it got blocked, and it did take a deflection and goes off to the left, so no good. 1 for 4 tonight on extra point tries for the Beachwood Bison, so they will remain in the lead 41-28, 3:03 to go. And Crestwood over there, I'm sure they are talking about this kickoff right here.
Yes.
Trying to get back into this football game as quickly as possible. And they have that game changer in Blaziola.
And Blaziola is going to do everything possible. But this next series is going to come down to what Evan Daniels can produce as a quarterback. They need him to step it up right here. Wind be damned, you have to step it up and complete some major passes.
And again, the Crestwood Red Devils were driving with a chance to try to tie it up. They had a 4th down and 1 in that traditional I formation that has worked for him here, handing off to Blaziola in this second half. And as Evan Daniels was taking the snap under center, took his eyes off just for a second and fell to the turf, and the Bison able to convert for another 6 points on that turnover on downs, as they'll try to kick away from Blaziola. He went to catch it, but as soon as that knee touches down without even being touched in high school football, that is where they will take over. So now they are deep in their own territory. They have 3:02 left in this football game, down 2 scores, and they need to go 85 yards to get that first score to get themselves a chance to get that second score to come back in this football game.
Only bad move I've seen Blasco make all night. It's unfortunate because as a high schooler, you don't get that many opportunities to run the ball. Now he has, but you think you can take it to the house every time.
And as Evan Daniels goes back to pass, gets a connection here out to Austin Johnson, who gets out of a tackle, then gets run out of bounds across the 25 at the 27-yard line.
If you're Crestwood, you have to pick it up right now. I mean, I know the clock stops every time you get that first down, but you absolutely need to keep pushing ASAP.
And they do have those 3 timeouts to work with, as not able to actually get out of bounds there, Austin Johnson. So they get the clock rolling again and fumble on the play, but Daniels able to this time jump on it, but a loss back to the 15-yard line. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 22.
DeAndre Marks, made just a huge hole right up the middle. I mean, he's a big kid. DeAndre Marks is a big man out there.
So 2:15 to go now. Daniels will try the bubble screen out here to Austin Johnson up the sideline, gets run out of bounds by Jalen Minter, who's doing a lot of everything he's out there tonight for the Beachwood Bison.
Yeah, Jalen Minter has been one of, obviously, the major stars of the game, along with Wiggins and Blasio. It's been such a phenomenal game, and I can't wait to see exactly how this one finishes out.
So clock stop now as Johnson got pushed out of bounds there. And Daniels back in that shotgun formation. He'll roll out to his left, looking to throw across his body, and has a connection there.
It's a first down.
With Aiden Guklik there. First down again, 2 minutes to go. As the Red Devils will hustle up to the line. The clock will be run as soon as those chains are set. Now, those chains weren't set, but they whistled for that clock to run. 1:52 to go. Daniels looking downfield, just throwing in the direction of Austin Johnson. And just threw it to the turf at his feet.
Yep.
To try to stop the clock there. Didn't have a lane to get it through a couple defenders.
Marcus Moore Jr., the sophomore, I mean, it just was right in Evan Daniels' face. So he obviously had to throw it away.
And he was trying to get that, I guess, that Patrick Mahomes-esque sidearm there, but able to just throw it into the turf in the direction of Austin Johnson. So no grounding there, and gets the clock stopped. But 1:48 still to go, trailing 41-28. He'll roll back out to his right, looking deep downfield, and just dumps it off. And as Trent Chikaki was kind of falling out of bounds, that one kind of went back inside, and he wasn't able to grab that. So 3rd down and 10 now at their own 39.
Yeah, and Evan Daniels was, rolling to his right, tried to make that, tight sideline pass. It's unfortunate that Chikaki, couldn't come up with that, but it would have been a very, very tough catch.
And that connection from Daniels to Chikaki that we saw in that first quarter, they just haven't been able to find that same chemistry the rest of the ball game as they found that success running the football. Daniels will pump. Finds a connection. Open man getting across midfield, across the 40, inside the 35, down to the 32 of the Bison. Mason Daniels. Daniels to Daniels on that connection.
Great connection right there, right across the middle. 1:34 left in the game, and down 2 scores. Crestwood has to hurry up.
And Crestwood already set on the ball. Clock continues to roll. Daniels back to pass. Looking downfield, got room to run. He'll just dump it off to Chikaki and took his eyes off the football. Again, he was thinking of finding the end zone, and that ball goes right through his hands and falls to the turf. Clock stops, 1:19 left.
And that was a much easier catch that, he just took his eyes off of. He was thinking touchdown before anything. And, once again, unfortunate, but he's going to learn from these plays. This is their 3rd game of the year. So a little bit more seasoned, but, once again, they're all kids. They're all doing their very best.
As Daniels will pump again, trying to find Mason Daniels, and a good grab there between 2 defenders down to the 10-yard line. Clock stops again with 1:13 to go, and they haven't used any of their timeouts yet.
No, they have not, and that was a great throw and catch in traffic. I mean, I really thought as soon as he threw that, I thought that was going to be intercepted.
And you see that pump from Evan Daniels, kind of allows him to set his feet and get that pass off, and a touchdown pass, a 10-yard touchdown pass. That time, the Daniels to Chikaki connection pays off for 6. 1:03 to go, and they trail by 7, 41-34 to go.
Absolutely made up for, the misstep, on the sideline a couple plays earlier. That's exactly what you love to see.
And on that drive, Daniels fit it into some tight windows. Yes, the Bison were playing off a little bit, but those are some tight windows there. As Jaden Julian will connect on the extra point, so they trail only by 6, but 1:03 to go. Now you're gonna see Julian try that onside kick here, trailing 41-35, and Coach Creel yelling at his players, getting them all ready to go, getting him over to his special teams coordinator, clapping his hands, and he's getting his best hands team out there. He's getting Jalen Minter, he's getting Kendon Wiggins into the huddle.
He's getting everyone out there. He really is. And this is the most exciting play in football. I absolutely love it. We're going to see something crazy happen right here.
I'm telling you, I saw 2 onside kicks work last week. So we're going to be in for a treat here. Of course, that ball must travel 10 yards before a Crestwood Red Devil can touch it, unless a Bison touches it and gets away, and they would be able to retrieve that football. And
the difference between this and like what you see in the pros, they all line up at the same distance. Mm-hmm. In high school, you get a 5-yard head start running towards the players. So it's way more beneficial for Crestwood than it is for the hands team of Beachwood. Now you got to look for somebody, you got to pick on someone and kick it right at them. Hopefully you get a ricochet if you're Crestwood.
And Beachwood will call their second timeout of the half, leaving them with 1 remaining, and we are at that 1:03 mark there. So before this attempt at an onside kick comes, we'll just remind you that the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor for CBC TV. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery for all your oral surgery and cosmetic needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. And if you want to become a sponsor of CBC TV and the live streaming of high school sports here in the fall of 2020, reach out to the Chagrin Valley Conference at their website at www.chagrinvalleyconference.com. That's chagrinvalleyconference.com. Jaden Julian has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Looks across the line, makes sure everyone is set. Will try to pooch this one, tries to get it to go 10 yards, and a great job there by the Bison's hands team, as it looked like Derek Minter was able to grab that just before it went to the 10-yard mark there. He grabbed it right at that 10-yard mark at the midfield,
it actually jumped a little sooner, which you're definitely allowed to if you're Beachwood.
And of course, jumping a little bit sooner there and able to secure that going down to the ground there. And of course, we do have 3 timeouts here for Crestwood, but only 1:01 left in the ball game. So of course, Beachwood will be looking to run this ball, try to get that 1 first down and seal this victory. Still leading 41-35.
And this is, if you're Minter, you are just looking to hold on to this ball. Just hold on to it, for the life of you.
And so give it to Kendon Wiggins, who tries to get around the left side, tries a stiff arm, gets across midfield. We gain a couple yards and a quick timeout by Coach D'Amato over there. 53 seconds left on the clock.
And if you're Beachwood, I don't know why you're trying to do sweep plays whenever you're going east and west. If you go out of bounds, it stops the clock. It gives them an extra timeout. Crestwood, that is. It would give them an extra timeout. He did stay in, though, so Crestwood did have to take that timeout.
Yeah, if you're Coach Creel, you're going to tell your kids with that, if they are going to go with the sweep, once you get around, if you don't see an edge, just go down the ground, stay in bounds, even if it's a loss on the play, because that clock will continue to run and force Crestwood to take a timeout to stop the clock. You can only think that the sweep play there, trying to use up more time. As we said, when you kind of come around the edge going east and west, you're running a lot of yards to only gain a couple, if any. But, you do run into that danger that you talked about, Paulus, of being pushed out of bounds, running out of bounds.
Saving timeouts,
Saving timeouts. So Minter in the backfield all alone, the shotgun. He's going to run this football himself, trying to get around the edge, and he does a great job there to kind of cut inside, very close to that sideline, but still a great job to cut inside and go down to the ground that we were just talking about.
Coach Creel has to be telling them, get as close to the sidelines as possible, because that is, I mean, he did. I mean, he got within like a centimeter of that sidelines.
He's got to be preaching that walk the tightrope type action there.
Absolutely.
And again, this is a great situation for both teams to kind of go through it. Like you talked about, Ohio High School Athletic Association this year, they went to the 6 games and said that everyone makes the playoffs in week 7 there. And of course, if you do have an early exit, you can still schedule a couple more games to try to get 10 or close to 10 games as possible. But these are those situations, those close game situations that just build and get you ready for that playoff situation. And with every team going, it just makes each team that much stronger in this shortened season. This time, Kendon Wiggins will be on the right hip. He kind of went back and forth there from the pistol to the right hip. Minter will try to run this ball and into the grass of that defensive line, right back to the line of scrimmage. So they'll use their final timeout with a 4th down coming up for the Bison, and we'll see what Coach Creel decides to do. You would think they would punt this football away with 41 seconds to go, pin the Red Devils deep, but with that clock at 41 seconds and no timeouts left, if they are able to get this, if they try to go for this 1st down and get it, they'll seal this ball game away too. But looking for this punt to come from Jalen Minter here.
Yeah, no, you definitely think that there's going to be a punt coming. However, I mean, let's just talk about this game. What a great game. You know, both sides have been playing extremely well all night long. It's coming down to the wire, and that's exactly what you want to see from both these squads.
Yeah, 28 points scored by Crestwood in this half, 27 by Beachwood. Just not able to convert on some of those extra points here tonight. But Jalen Minter will be in punt formation here, trying to pin Crestwood
They're
back
coming
deep.
for the block.
And they're going to try to block this punt, and this punt is going to go short once again and take a roll across the sideline there, across the 31-yard line of Crestwood. And they need to go 69 yards to win this, to try to tie this ball game up and possibly win it with an extra point.
Yeah, this is going to be a great momentum shift here for Evan Daniels. Struggled throughout some of this game, but he really turned it on over the last couple of drives. So let's see exactly what they do. It looks as if Beachwood is in a semi-press formation, which sort of surprises me. They don't have any safeties back.
And they're going to try to blitz here. Daniel's going to try to go up over the top and in and out of the hands just behind him, but still a catchable football for Trent Jakacki. He puts his hands on his helmet, and teammates come over to lift him up there because he made a great route, had a great attempt at that ball, just started to trail right behind him on his left shoulder there. So 26 seconds, still trailing 41-35, 2nd down and 10 for the Red Devils.
And once again, I mean, it looked like they were in a press formation on the defensive side. Now you start to see some safeties back up a little bit. Jalen Minter is 10, 15, or 10 yards off the ball right now, backing up.
And Daniels will roll out here to his right, able to avoid a defender, tries to throw to the sideline, gets it complete to Austin Johnson, who then gets out of bounds across midfield inside Bison territory at the 49-yard line. 16.9 seconds left on the clock and a 1st down for Crestwood.
And he got out of bounds, so they're not going to have to start the clock immediately.
And this is where you do want to see, we were talking about the Bison staying inbounds. You want to see if they get these throws out to the sideline, go out of bounds, even if you don't necessarily get to the 1st down marker. Austin Johnson doing a good job of cutting up inside, but taking a couple extra seconds off that clock.
And if you do stay in bounds, Evan Daniels has to know to run up to the line of scrimmage and spike the ball as quick as possible.
So Daniels in that pistol formation. And snap off to his right, a quick throw. And Trent Jakacki not able to hold on to that ball. And Derek Minter coming up to lay the hit to ensure he didn't hold on to that football. And you can just see the frustration on Jakacki's face and in his mannerisms out there on the field. But he's making the right read, trying to turn upfield. And, that wind is playing a factor, though, as well out there. 13 seconds left, 2nd down and 10 from the Bison 49.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you want from that. I mean, that was a quick play, only 3 seconds off the clock, so you still have a little bit of time to play with, but, I mean, it's coming down to the wire for Evan Daniels.
And so Daniels will throw out here and throws it into the turf in front of Austin Johnson. And
I think right now you're looking at Hail Mary. 9 seconds left, 3rd and 10. I mean, you're at the 50-yard line, just throw it up and pray.
And as Paul said, there's 9 seconds left. 3rd down and 10. Bison's defense trying to hold here. Leading by 6, 41-35. A great ball game here. And those last couple plays by the Red Devils, I mean, those would have been in the field of play anyways, where that clock would have continued to run. So here, another high snap. And Daniels is going to roll out to his left, looking deep, and gets picked to seal the game, running it back and picking that one off. Looks like Robert Friedman.
It's London Poper, Robert Friedman.
And trying to see, looked like
it is Robert Friedman with the game-winning interception.
Robert Friedman able to walk it off for the Bison with that game-saving interception off of the throw there from Evan Daniels. And Beachwood comes out in their first game of the year and gets the win over Crestwood, 41-35, going to 1-0 on the season. And Crestwood going to 0-3. Of course, Crestwood kind of coming across here. There are no more handshakes here in high school football or in high school sports, but showing a good shine of sportsmanship from both teams, and they will go to speak with both of their coaches. And we'll just kind of wrap things up here, Paulus. I mean, a ball game that we went to halftime 14-7. Defense was the story of that first half. A couple dynamic plays by Jalen Minter and Kyler Wiggins in that first half to give Beachwood that 7-point lead. And, they were able to cut into it. Red Devils were able to cut into it by 6. They scored 28 points in this second half. Beachwood 27, but Beachwood able to hang on. Just your thoughts on this great football game we just witnessed.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, it was such a great game. One of the better games I've ever seen for high school football. I mean, honestly, the dynamic that you had on offense and defense alone for both squads was fantastic. Bellagio, I mean, what can you say? I mean, Crestwood, they gave it their all. They did their very best. Came down to the wire. Came down to a Hail Mary, pass. And then, if you're Beachwood, you start off the year 1-0. And I mean, they have such a great offensive setup going on with Jalen Minter. Once again, Kendon Wiggins, unbelievable. Senior, was on fire. You just love to see that from these kids.
Yeah, and you love to see that passion, that drive from both teams. You just saw a chess match in a football game here. You saw so many in-game adjustments, not halftime or locker room style adjustments. You saw so many in-game adjustments, and the attention to detail by these student athletes shows what kind of impact these coaches have on their players, and it shows what kind of program both of these coaches and schools are building from a football standpoint. And of course, these two teams being a part of the Build a Bridge program as well, building relationships that go much further than just athletics and trying to help everyone educate and make this world a better place. And of course, we do want to, as we close the broadcast here tonight, we do want to send our thoughts, our prayers, and remembrance today being the anniversary of 9/11. We never forget, and we want to make sure that we send our best out to all those affected and never forget those lost in that tragic day back on 9/11 in 2001. But tonight, We saw a great football game played here in the CVC. Another great game here on CVC TV. Beachwood getting the win 41-35 over Crestwood, new member of the CVC this year. So as we wind down here, just want to say thank you to everyone who listened here tonight. And of course, thank you to our title sponsor, the Ohio Center for Facial Oral Surgery and Dental Surgery there. And I want to thank Nick Paulus, Will Harris, and Mike Allen on the cameras tonight, our production crew, Jim Wagner and Peter Tillett. For all of them here in Beachwood, I'm Kevin Arnold signing off here tonight. Beachwood winning 41-35. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time here on CVC TV.